Go, 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 and we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm Parc, and welcome to Boring Mondays. This is session 35, where we do random topics from random folks. We're currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, so share. Joining me are my co-hosts, of course, Maki, Alejandro, and Matson of Taiwan. Go, 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 go.
Yo.
Hello everybody. Good evening. How are you guys?
How are you?
Ako ba?
Kulang tayo. Nasaan? May nawawala. I was supposed to be introducing Rhea Delestrinos and Romel Marcelo. Balita ko nagpapatuyo pa ng buhok ko.
Kasi wag. Don't start then. At susunod sila. So that is why you have the three guys here for now, and then later madadagdagan yan.
Yeah, don't worry. Romel will be with us later, and Rhea, of course, the other half.
Yes.
The lovely couple would come in after matuyo mga buhok nila. Don't worry. Sorry, I can't let go. Hindi ako maka-let go.
Mapapanood nila ito mamaya. Sige, kalagot ka.
Sige, huwag kayo pumasok. Naman ako magkakalat dito.
But anyway, guys, so again, it's a wonderful Monday evening.
It is.
Earlier, though, I almost did not make it to the show. Thank you, Meralco, for that.
Yeah.
Meralco, shout
power
out.
outage.
No.
To this area.
Everyone should know about that. Wait. We have to do the introduction. Tuyo na ang buhok niya. And now, presenting Rhea Delestrinos. Rhea, tuyo na ang buhok niya. Audio,
Rhea. Audio.
Nanginginig pa. Kaya yan, ate. Nanginginig siya.
Ayan. Okay. Ayan. Basa pa.
There you go.
Basa pa rin. Okay. Ano kayo? Ay nako, si Parc ang pasimuno niyan. So, but anyway, Rhea, how was your side trip? That trip to...
Bali, house...
Ano side trip?
House V mapa. Sorry, guys.
Walang ya kayo.
Alright. So, anyway, Rhea, how are you?
Ayun, medyo haggardness lang.
It's okay, but we have you here. Maki a while ago is almost mukhang inabutan ng Meralco. So again, Meralco, thank you very much for scheduling every Monday na magkakaroon ng rotation ng power failure. Ewan ko ba, ba't Monday nyo lagi sinasabay? Iisang beses na lang kami mag-show sa isang linggo, lagi nyo sinasabay.
I know.
Anyway, how about you, Gamarts? How are you? How are you dear in Taiwan?
Yeah, fine, papi. Still in lockdown and working from home.
Diba? Sabi ko sa'yo, habol rin kayo eh.
Diba? Better late than never.
Ayaw namin magpatalo. Kailangan namin sumabay sa uso. Kaso
Ito
huli.
nga kanina ni Guy yung history kung bakit biglang ngayon lang sila nagsa-surge. So, good job, Taiwan. Good job. Dati good job. Ngayon, good job. Sige.
Good for you, Taiwan. Sunod lang. Long way to go bago kayo. Alright, so Maki, Gamart, do some shoutout first before we continue.
Okay. So, start with...
Yun,
of course.
Good evening. Shout out po kay Sir Jet Asido.
Hi, Sir Jet. Good evening.
And then Sir Danny Briones.
Sir Danny, good evening.
And Sir Doc MG Olabre. Good evening
Doc
po.
MG Olabre, good evening. And of course, I would like to say good evening to my batchmate who's watching. Thank you for dropping by to the show. Ayaw niya magpabanggit ng pangalan. Nahihiya daw siya, baka huntingin ko daw. No.
Tama lang. Nakakahiya talaga aminin ni Maki na kaibigan ka sa live. So okay lang. Huwag kayo magpabanggit na kaibigan si Maki. Tama yan.
No, but and also to all the viewers out there tonight, good evening. So tonight we prepared a special episode. Actually, this is gonna be...
It is. Mamaya ko intro pero hanap buhay muna tayo at kailangan ko pasalamatan yung bumubuhay ng show nito. Thank you. So thanks for the following sponsors. Okay guys, so first of all, of course, wala tayong choice hanap buhay muna tayo. Oh my God, ito na naman. Alright, so thank you very much for Moon Verona of Nikon Philippines, Sherwin of TCH Digital Square, Ren Cruz of MVP Camera, Neil and Jet of PS10 Incorporated, Han Dito of Abacus Microcomputer, Dennis Belen of Man Cave Industries, Ryan Tablante of Ryle Corp. And how about you, Maki?
Of course, first and foremost, let's say thank you to Different Philippines for providing the 100% natural hyaluron intensive whitening pre-serum. And
look
second
at my skin. Woo!
Second on the list, it's gonna be Tina's home-baked goodness.
Alright guys, you haven't tasted the best, of course, I want to say, the best ube pandesal queso. Mali-mali na naman sinabi ko. Anyway, order from Tina's. Guys, trust me, bihira ako mag-recommend, but this is good. So, saka mura lang, sobrang mura lang. Trust me, masarap siya. Sobrang sarap siya.
So, check out their Facebook page at www.tinashomebakedgoodness.com. And then, of course, we have
the new one, our new sponsor, who keeps on
the maker of the best Biko Makapuno in town.
Oh yeah, guys, kung hindi pa kayo you know Biko, right? Yung Biko is rice. Sabi ko sa inyo, ito yung ube na Biko. Tapos may topping siyang makapuno. So ube, makapuno. Ang ba siya? So
Biko,
one of the best. Sarap siya, no, Maki, no?
So it's Moby Big Big's Kitchen. You can contact, of course, Renan Cruz for more details about their products.
Manok.
So, si Kamanok yan. Hi, Kamanok. Good evening. I know you're watching.
Here's the URL for that. If you want the best pancit bihon, special pancit bihon with chicharon. I remember that. The chicharon, the crunchy
and
chicharon.
And quail eggs and dami. Actually, dami nilang nilagay na toppings doon.
So, it's not your typical pancit bihon. Kasi yung pancit bihon normally, matabang yung noodles Tapos yung tops lang nagdadala. Ito, infused. Tama nga yung word mo It's infused. The taste is infused there.
Yes. So good job, Mommy Big Bigs. Again, it's www.facebook.com/mommybigbigs kitchen and also contact Renan Cruz for more details about their other products.
All right. How about you, Romel?
So yun na nga, no? Wala yung pinaka-idol natin mga Lodi Cakes, kaya ako na muna yung So,
Romel,
yun nga yung nagpapaganda ng kutis sa idol natin, Urbanescence Beauty and Wellness Spa, located hindi po sa Katipunan, Kamyas po siya, nasa Kamyas.
So, and I think, Maki, there's a new, meron silang bagong promo, I think.
Yeah, parang Ganos, can you read that out? They have...
Visit their FB page for more info, and also under the new quarantine restrictions, they also offer home services. Just PM their page for scheduling and appointment.
Pwede magpa-facial na.
Pwede na home service.
Yes, na home service. Yes.
Magkakaroon na ng pangalan yung mga blackheads ko Kailangan ko yun.
Romel.
Wag. Ew. We have to shift something tonight. I'm shifting to a different persona tonight. I'm going to my old school Athenian days. Okay. Alright. No, kailangan. Anyway, so
and then yung pinakabago nating sponsor, Papi.
Make it good.
Galing dito sa Taiwan. Fit in Boutique. Contact Ma'am Doyce at 0976-360.
And that's how you pronounce it. Doyce, not Doyce. Someone pronounced that last week. Doyce.
207. Located po siya at Chongsheng Road, number 3, second floor.
That's how you pronounce it. Chongsheng.
Quinchu City, beside KFC, second floor ng Wawaan. Then ito po yung some of the clothing brands that they carry. Tribal, Jag, Fubu, Jag Thug, Macbeth, Bench, Risa, Su York, And hindi po siya HLP, HUP po siya.
Oh, someone said it's HLP, kaya sabi ko, it's Help. The brand name is Help. So, yeah. All right. There's one more, Gamarts, I think.
So guys, if you want to be in, try Fit In. And then lastly, this coming August 2021, Fit In Boutique will also sponsor Mr. and Miss Fit In.
Yes,
also,
the search. Yes.
Yeah, search for
Pwede natin
Play the
isali si
Colors of
Romel saka si
Spring.
Rhea dyan. Pwede natin submit, di ba?
Pwede,
wala naman
pwede.
Alright, sige.
Sponsor
Viewers
ko yung isang
choice yan,
booklet.
panalo yung mga yan. Sige.
And they
Then
have
hosted
the
by
theme
Teacher
for this.
Athena.
And the theme
Yun.
is Play the Colors of Spring. This is the search for Mr. and Miss Fit In 2021. Yun, kompleto.
alright.
Si Rhea, may po-promote yan.
Rhea, how about you?
Ayun. DNA Perfumes.
Yes!
Visit our FB page.
Where's the bangus?
Natatagli
Where's
mo.
the bangus? Where's the
Oh,
bangus?
na-miss ko na yung bangus.
Medyo
Sa
naghayatos.
logistics.
Sayang
Okay.
na.
It's okay.
I love
Hindi
the
ko na
bangus.
check
One of the
so-
best bangus pa naman.
Soon.
Anyway,
Okay.
guys, do one more shout out, then I'll do the introduction for the guest. Go.
Okay. So I'll
Good,
pick up
Maki.
from where Gamarts left off. So
Yes,
we
yes,
have
yes.
Sir Neil Andrew Omlas. Good evening. Mr. Alvin
Evening po.
Klein Biala. Good evening. And he's from Tawi-Tawi, Taiwan.
Tawi.
Bakit Tawi-Tawi, Taiwan?
Wala lang, gusto lang niya. Good evening, Sir Alvin. Good evening.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight's title ng show it's 5 stars. So
5
probably you're wondering kung anong meaning ng 5. Kahit ako hindi ko alam. So I really want to know. They're called 5-star probably kasi 5-star it means talagang perfect. So 5-star rating elite. So we'll know about that. But to give you a background of this group, they've been friends for 10 years. 10 years already. They're existing. It's a low profile group. Hindi yan, they're not the one yung nakikita nyo out loud, nagbabangayan or they're out loud na sabihin kayo may magaling. No. Itong mga to tahimik lang pero they're gonna show their work. Nakikita ko that. So, and one thing is, it's like ang comparison ko nga, if Parc, meron akong group, may core group ako. Dito, core group rin ni the one and only Sir Manny Librodo.
Yes.
So, there are good friends. Kasi alam mo yung maganda dito sa mga friends na ganito. These are the time that you could just put your guard down, relax, and be you. And you let people biruin ka na hindi ka mapipikon kasi these are your friends. Ito yung pwede mo takbuhan if you feel down or feel sila. Ito yung mga
Yes.
Now we're gonna talk about that. Guys, maybe bakit namin intrigahin? No, this is for you guys to know bakit sila nag-exist for 10 years na paano sila ang maganda dito, everyone has a personality. Not just strong personalities. They're lahat achieved talagang sila, mga professionals rin to kasi may mga work rin to. But they coexist. So, ang ganda paano nila nagagawa through the years na hindi nagkakaingitan or nagkakainisan o nagkakapiko. What's the key? Na walang crab mentality. Like, di ba? Yun eh. Yun. So, and this is actually the kick-off for this type of interview. Kasi we'll be starting to interview different groups, clubs, camera clubs. So, this is the first time na we'll be interviewing a group regarding their thing. So, intrigahin natin, alamin natin ang sekreto. So, you want to talk more about that, Maki?
Yes, and before we do, nagpapahabol lang, would like to greet a happy birthday to the unika iha of one of our groupmates, Pay Palma. So, happy birthday to Courtney Palma.
Ayoko kumanta.
I hope you enjoy your day.
Ayoko kumanta. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Just greet them, Maki. So, hindi.
Yes, no, it's a good happy birthday. Enjoy your day,
Mandarin.
Birthday, Courtney.
Yeah. Hindi nakakaintindi ng Mandarin, right?
Si Courtney, I think hindi yata. Not sure. Kasi if I'm not mistaken, the daughter is nandun. Teka, nandun. Kasama ni Pei. Sabi niya, they're dining out daw nga eh. So later, papakikita niyo. But anyways, so regarding to what Parc said, so this is the 5-star group, which is the core group of the one and only Manny Librodo. So this is basically his closest friends in the field of photography because they're not just friends, they're actual parang ano yan
family. It's family,
it's a
dude.
family.
It's family.
Yan.
It's
That's
family.
that's
It's
the correct
family.
It's
a
family
food,
for Sir Manny. Yan.
diba? Ito yung mga taong kahit lokohin ka na, kunya kung within a group, hindi ka mapipikon, you just just play along. Kasi we're gonna talk about friendship, concept shoot, fun shoot, travel, food, and lots more.
The adventures and misadventures, di ba?
Meron yan.
Saka,
Saka, don't get me wrong, every individual here, meron sila nagkaroon na ng exhibit. So, talaga, hindi to mga basta-basta. They're just, low-key lang to mga to. So, Rhea knows that kasi she attended one of the exhibit of one of the guests here. So, nakita mo yun, natanda namin yun. It's
Shang?
Yes,
kasama
at
siya ni,
Shangri-La.
nandun siya. Alright? So, you'll see. So, makikita ka niya ulit without your boyfriend na poging-pogi, di ba? So, Maki, go ahead.
Alright,
Sige.
so let's start this night by introducing one of our guests. So, ipiiksian ko muna kasi we
Isa-isa
will
na.
give
Tapos,
them...
pag napasok natin sila, introduce sila sa isa.
Yes.
Right? Alright.
So susunod-sunod rin natin yan. Kasi nga, tradition here in the show is that our guests would introduce themselves the way they want people to know them. And they were given, an ample time to prepare for their wonderful introduction. Let's start by showing the first guest. We have the lovely TUCHI Imperial.
Hello.
The beautiful Lauren Malcampo.
There you go.
The wonderful and second time around the show, Sally Lee.
Yeah, suke yeah.
Ayan.
And of course, ito yung siyempre, tuwan-tuwa yung tatlong amiga dito. Now, siyempre, kung sino yung last. Guess what? Yung last namin introduce is not a guest. He's gonna be a co-host. He'll be interviewing you three. Okay?
So
the
that's
one and
the
only.
twist for the show. The one and only Manny Librodo. Oh, di ba?
So Manny is not a guest tonight kasi sawa na yan sa interview namin. Now, he'll be one of the co-hosts and he'll be asking question, helping us out, asking the right question for you three. Para ang swerte ni Angela nakatakas, hindi sumali.
Wala. No, Angela got tired. So, ladies and gentlemen, Angela had a long day. So, she had to rest and we're giving it to her.
It's okay.
So, she deserves it. So, Tita Angela, if you're watching and I know you're going to be resting in a while, good evening and still, thank you for obliging for the show. So again,
Alright.
so earlier, di ba we mentioned nga that we will give our guests enough time to introduce themselves the way they want people to know them. So let's start this off.
Kumustahin muna natin si Manny kasi co-host natin siya, di ba?
Oh.
How are you, Manny? How are you? How's your day and how's COVID treating you there right now? May changes ba?
I was expecting to play badminton by tomorrow, pero Bangkok just announced that the lockdown is extended for another 14 months. For another 14 days. For another 14
Okay.
days.
14 days. Takot ako.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
so I just finished jogging and I just para I have the energy to grill TUCHI and
Yeah.
A
Ayan na.
surprise!
Sorry,
Sorry.
I signed a non-disclosure agreement with these two
yeah.
when we invited you guys.
But
Pagkakataon
actually,
yeah.
But actually, frankly speaking, I don't think I would be a good interviewer. So I really don't mind if eventually I will be from the other side of the table, so to speak. I would rather be answering questions than asking questions.
Alright, sige. Pero but if you want to branch out or if you're curious about a certain answer of them, if you want to ask questions, please do it. Be my guest, so we'll have fun here. So it's all about camaraderie and you guys, how you coexist and having you guys. Sabi ko nga Manny, it's good to have a group or a group of friends like this. Why? Kasi this is the people you could trust you could hang around and just relax and put your guard down. Exactly. Yun yung ano nga, na hindi ka mapipikon, maglokohan, magbiroan. I have that too. The only difference, your friends, mas inggit ako sa iyo. Yung friends mo may class. Sa akin, hindi. Wala class. So, wala akong choice eh. Ano ba to? Parang may sumpa eh, di ba?
Hindi ba si Romel lang yun?
God gave him to me for pinaprosahan nila.
Pero ano yun? Retribution sa'yo.
Anyway, we'll start with, of course, introducing themselves first. Maki?
Yes.
Sino gusto mo unang makilala?
So let's start off, first, of course, with our favorite, Tita Tuchi. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Your favorite, ha? Thank you, my pamangkin. Thank you, my pamangkin, Maki. I'm Tuchi Imperial. I started with the photography in 2011 when I injured my knee. 2011 ba? Yeah, 2011. And I fell in love with these beautiful photographs in a site called Better Photo. And I looked at the name of the photographer of all these winning photos, and Manny's name was there. So I became a professional workshop taker of Manny's workshops. But I fell in love not with photography. I fell in love with Photoshop. And now what I do is digital collage. So digital collage, I take out I get old photographs, remove them from their current element. I remove them from their current backgrounds, and I create a new story. Using different elements from photographs I've taken, things that I've scanned. So yeah.
Ang ganda nun. Wow. So first off pa lang yan, nasa first guest pa lang tayo, and we already have, a different vision of how she works.
As I told you, Maki, they have different personality, different styles. Yun nga. And kaya nga, I'm curious ka, how do they do it?
Parang
for 10 years, di ba? 2 years,
for 10 years. Yes. All right. Thank you, Tita Tuchi. Next, we have Tita Lauren. So, Tita Lauren actually, siya na lang magbabanggit. Pero alam ko kung saan na si Tita Lauren. So go ahead, Tita Lauren. You have the floor.
I started photography back in 2010 when I used to hang out in a forum called Digital Photographer, something like that. Magazine.
Yeah, DPP, yeah.
And I fell in love with Manny Librodo's work.
Yeah.
So I attended his workshop. And that was where the first workshop I attended with in Manny's workshop. Sally was my classmate there.
Yeah.
And we were in the same group. And then, so since then, I've known her since then, and we've been together since then. We've been taking Manny's workshop for several years, I think, and we organized many of them. I think Sally and I took the most number of Manny's workshops. I don't know if there's any other student who broke the record. I took 15 workshops all in all.
Yeah, Manny, you're allowed to do that talaga. So go ahead.
I took 15 workshops all in all.
Grabe, 15.
Yeah.
Wow.
But since then, kasi one time in 2012, Manny invited us to join him in a trip to Myanmar. Eh, ang masama doon, since then, I've been wanting to travel around. So what happened was I shifted from portraiture to landscape photography. And then during the times that I can't travel, I dabble in painting. So I do some watercolor painting, pastels, soft pastels, and Chinese painting.
Oh, see? And that's the second guest. Oh, di ba? So,
Common pa rin nila. Si Manny pa rin.
Si Manny.
You sure you guys are not obsessed with Manny? Mukhang na obsession
I
tawag
used to stalk him.
Stalk.
Okay, correct. We all stalk. Nagsa-stalk tayo lahat. May Manny. Kahit naman ako.
Definitely.
Sabi ko naman yun. Everyone. everyone should be curious about his work. Pag nakita mo, hindi mo naman pwede skip yun eh. So lastly, of course.
Eto, our favorite tita on the show. Second time around. Di ba? Tita Sally, go ahead. You have the floor.
And the reason why nandito yung group na to. Siya nagbuo.
Mali pala.
Alright.
Hello. Sanay na ako. Ako naman, I started with PCI, and after that, attended was that a meeting with
FPPF.
Was that yung FPPF? And then I saw Manny there. Siya yung doon. Siya yung speaker at that time. And then I heard from him that he's having a workshop. I attended, which is nakilala ko na din at that time si Lauren. That is the first day of Yun. After that, sunod na yan. Hindi lang yan na ating workshop. Naging, roommate ko talaga si Manny. Obsessed talaga ako, ha? Roommate ko yan, ha? Remember, Manny?
Yeah.
Tingnan mo. Diba? Anong nangyari sa atin, Manny?
Madami.
Mamaya natin pagkukwento. Baka matapos agad. Gusto natin, aalamin natin lahat yan. You know why? You guys are, I've been watching you guys as a group and your travel, and one of the things, lagi ko na pa, you guys have fun. You guys are just having fun. Yun lang, isa lang, you have your group shoot, group photos. It's different. It's not your formal group shoot na nakikita mo for class. It's different. Kaya nga alam ko, sabi ko, okay, these are the friends of Manny. So, yun doon ko doon. So, yung nga lang guys, unfortunately, marami sila. Actually, marami.
Yes.
Some of them are busy right now. So, hindi naman namin pwede pilitin. Wala na ba kami pambayad ng TF sa kanila. So, sino lang yung libre.
Hindi, tsaka munti ka na nga tayong makikop sa sarili nating show kasi kung mabubuo talaga yung the whole 5-star group, wala nang host si Sir Manny lang ang may iwan.
Isa na lang magiging host dito kung nabuo namin sila. Pero we were planning, we were preparing for that. If by chance you were complete, we'll be using a different system for you guys just to cater everyone, just to bring in everyone. So yun yung plano naman talaga. So talagang kasama na yun sa namin. So Maki, alright. So the first question would be, paano nabuo yung team? Who met kasi
and who started?
When Lauren met Sally.
When
Lauren met Sally.
Kasi
we were so addicted. We were so addicted to the workshop, after every workshop, so we had fun. Tapos sabi namin, let's have another workshop. And then you tend to meet like-minded people in the workshop. So the other people in the group also, we met through workshops also of Manny, including TUCHI.
Actually, that's one thing na common sa lahat ng workshop. Not just lang kay Manny, lahat ng workshop in general. You get to meet friends. You get to meet friends and parang nagiging kabatch mo yan. You get to get in touch with them once in a while. Pero you get to meet certain people na magkiklik kayo doon during a workshop, any workshop in general. So, tama yung mukhang yun nangyari. So, continue, Ma'am Lauren.
So, we started with 5 people in the group.
Kasi Parc, ayaw ni Lauren ng masikip. Ayaw din ng marami. So,
in general kasi, workshops, 15 to 20 people. Sabi namin ni Sally, gawa tayo ng atin na lang para hindi maraming tao.
Okay. So the main reason why you created the group is kasi ayaw nyo na marami. Tama?
Yeah.
Okay, which is good. Okay, sige.
So you absorb all the costs, syempre.
Yeah. Oh, mahirap na
So it was more expensive to join a 5-star.
I know. Obviously.
And it was a smaller number of people.
Actually, I think,
What?
Yeah, Manny.
What?
Yeah.
Tuch, go ahead.
Joined kasi kind of late na. Okay? And then I was able to get into one of the workshops. It wasn't a 5-star workshop. At first, I wanted to go to Lovely's workshop, which was in Ilocos ba or Baguio?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ilocos.
But I was so bagito in talaga, I didn't know anything about photography. And then, so there was one in Manila. I said, okay, this is doable because it's in Manila. And it was in, what was the place? The banyo was like, it was like a hole. And then many of your workshops had banyos which had holes in the ground.
Right,
And then, anyway, so Lauren was there. I don't think you were there, Sally.
Okay.
Ayun. And then there was a, I won't name names, but there was a socialite in that workshop
Oh, yeah.
who whispered to me.
It was funny. The way you said by socialite, you guys, at tingin ko na sa inyo is different. So may mas socialite pang na ikaw-ter kayo.
Iba
Yeah.
No.
Sabi niya sa akin, sabi ko, ang sikip kasi it was really a madhouse for someone who was going to a workshop for the first time.
Yeah.
It was so new, that concept of you take turns. It was you have 2 minutes to take pictures.
Yes.
And then talagang you're making singit. So I was so not comfortable
Used
with
to
it.
that.
And then the socialite whispered to me, merong grupo yan. May grupo.
Na-curious ako. Maki, we have to do our research. Who's that?
Was that socialite, no? Nag-leak, no?
So yan. So the search was on for that group. It's what I didn't even know what the name of the group was. I didn't know. I think she pointed out Lauren to me, and Lauren stood out. Lauren stood out because she was quite a dominant force in that group. She knew
Lauren
more
ang
than
ano?
anyone.
Lauren
Dominant?
dominant? I was expecting that kasi Lauren, I think she was the most, siya pinaka-quiet sa grupo niya, saka parang soft-spoken. Tapos siya yung
Correct, Sally?
Excuse me. Huwag ka titingin sa itsura, ha? Huwag ka titingin sa itsura. May sunga yan.
Siya lumalabas. Siya pa yung pinaka-maldita pala dito.
She just knew more. She just knew more than the average
Alright.
workshop
Okay.
speaker. So there.
Yes, go ahead, Sir Manny.
Mukhang
Yes, Sir
everything is about
Yeah,
you
yeah.
tonight. Yeah.
Okay. I think there's no 5-star without Lauren. You know, I'll give credit to her.
Alright. So let's give it.
I think in the first workshop that you have attended, Lauren and Sally, I think there were 5 participants. Right? There were 5 participants. I think Benedict, Gakutan, and then 2 others. You know, so there were 5 of you. And while we were doing the retouching, I noticed that they were so talented. Not just not just, you know, typical workshop taker na parang okay lang, I'll go through the
flow,
I'll go through the flow, you know. Pero sila, not only are they talented but also
hands-on
passionate.
sila, no?
Right. So eventually I told them nung tuloy na tuloy yung mga workshops nila, Lauren and Sally were the regulars. Tapos may mga ibang sisingit, 3, you know, palaging 5, you know. So I said, why don't we call your group 5 stars? You know, kasi 5 stars. Yeah. Kasi
sa'yo nag-originate yung name naman ngayon. Okay.
Yeah, kasi and then eventually kasi 5 stars denote quality.
Quality,
you know?
yeah.
High quality, you know, which they have, you know, in terms of their work. And then secondly, 5 stars also denote parang they are there na eh, mataas na sila eh, you know. And yung sabi ni Lauren na they sort of make their own exclusive workshops. I think it further elevated their vision. Kasi kung minsan sila na nag-dictate ng sino maging model natin, sinong anong concept natin, anong location natin, you know. So so kumbaga yung artistic input, yung flow is of the group na, it's not mine anymore, you know. So eventually I learned from them as much as they have learned from me, you know.
Oh, see?
That's
a good. Grabe yun.
Bakit? Buti si Manny, he learned from his group. I do.
Oh.
Wala. I'm
No
not saying
comment.
anything.
No comment.
I don't want.
Like for example, I have this kind of like high key kind of post processing.
Mm.
And eventually, Lauren has better high key than I do have, so I have to learn from her.
Oh, see?
Seriously, man, totoo yan.
Yeah. And I told her that. I told her, ang ganda-ganda ng high key mo. Paano mo 'to ginagawa? So they sort of like each one of them sort of bring in their own artistic input into my workflow and come up with their own style. So I really like interacting with them. Kung minsan nga every weekend meron kaming workshop. Tama yung sabi ni Lauren, Tama yung sabi ni Lauren tsaka sila sigurong tatlo yung may pinakamaraming workshops with me. I think Sally is like 20 workshops,
20.
And then si Lauren is close, siguro mga 17 or 15. And then eventually si Tuchi humabol, although latecomer siya, humabol siya. So basically, we really enjoyed each other's company, and
I would follow you abroad too. I'd follow you.
I know. And Lauren organized. I know, and Lauren organized a workshop in Macau.
Yes.
Oh, you see?
And Ilocos.
And
Ilocos.
Tingnan nyo ha, guys yung group ko. Look at this. Manny goes to other places, other countries, and his friends would follow. Ako pupunta lang akong Makati or Cubao, hindi nyo ako masamahan. Imagine nyo yung ganung mga kaibigan ko. May workshop ako, sorry, busy ako. Or, ang layo eh. It's only Makati. Diba mga ugali nyo?
Parc, we were talking about mga 10 years ago, 9 years, 8 years, nung wala pa masyadong traffic, nung wala pa tayo masyadong ginagawa, So we have plenty of time, in our hands, I don't know, I think I'm so blessed and lucky to have this group,
Yes, you are.
Kasi,
yes, you are. I would say.
I'm so blessed in the sense na I've learned a lot from them, and I really, really treasure the friendship. We are not meeting up with each other as much as we could. Pero may bond na meron na
You don't need to diba? Pag once you started a good friendship, hindi naman kailangan magkita. Pero once you see each other again, it's like parang day one, we're here again. You don't start from scratch. Okay, so now we know who started it all. We know
the origin of the name.
Pero I got curious with Tita Tuchi's story kanina.
Tita
Tuchi mentioned kanina medyo nag-soul searching or nag-group searching siya. When you found the group ba, Tita Tuchi, did you guys easily click? Parang nag-drive agad?
After the workshop with Manny, there was another workshop organized by MJ Suwayan.
Oh, MJ.
And then that's where I met Noy and Sally and Lauren. Lauren I met already. So they were so funny. Sally and Noy were so funny. So I felt so comfortable with them.
Alam mo, all the while, akala ko, you guys are not through photography nagkakilala, but you guys are like family friends. Akala ko kasi the way you bonded, it's not your typical photography na barkada lang eh. So it's like parang may roots na pinanggalingan na family friend ito, close friend then we got the same hobby and something like that. So it was different.
So they were very, very nice to me, but you had to wait for an invite to join the group.
Oh!
They would open their workshops to people they like.
Okay, sige. Let's try to steer the pot. Who normally approves the invite?
Lauren!
I think it was Tita Lauren.
So wait. Based doon pa lang sa initial na conversation. So tama nga yung sinabi ni Tita Tuchi and ni Tita Sally na Si Lauren nga talaga yung pinalalabas nilang
I know Lauren for a long time. I never thought na all the while I thought si Sally ang lahat ng pakana kasi Sally would be siya yung outspoken.
Outspoken,
Lauren, every time I meet Lauren, napaka soft-spoken, napaka demure na. You don't expect something. Diba?
San Pedro.
Look at her now. Diba?
That's why.
Lauren, I forget na when. Was it when we went to Myanmar?
It is.
I have to remember na when.
It was
Kasi there was
2012.
Anyway. Basta there was and then it was like, I'm part of 5-star na. I am.
Yes. It's gonna be a badge, diba? It's a badge of honor. Kasi nga,
in fairness naman doon sa
There was no big initiation or anything. It was just parang nature just took its course, and I was part of this group of people whose company I enjoyed very much.
Parang
It's
saya
looking for your
tuloy.
soulmate or finding their soulmates.
parang alilipat niya. Joke lang. Hindi ako bibigyan ng invite.
Pero question. So, just to be fair with the other 5-star members, guys, could you name your members and ilan ba kayo?
So far. Up to
I
so far.
wouldn't know.
Who would know?
I think Lauren.
Core group. The core group is around 6 or 7 core group.
Alright.
Pero ganito yan eh. Pati wife, kasama sa group.
Yes,
kasama sa
Okay.
So the core group is around 6 or 7. But
That would be?
it's like si Michael Lim, and then Angela Lauchenko, and Lovely Kaling, and the 3 of us. That's a core group.
Okay.
And then there's Danny Yu.
No.
Noy. Guroa.
Paul San Pedro.
Paul San Pedro is with you guys.
Paul San Juan.
Yes.
Paul San Juan.
San Juan.
San Juan.
And
Okay.
then Irving Velasco and Sunny Camacho. Marami.
Melvin Calata.
But what happens is, used to be, kung may Christmas na gathering kami, there will be about 15 to 20. Mike Chang.
Si Melvin Calata. Miggy.
Miggy is in Australia though. Miggy is in Australia na.
Yeah, okay.
Pero guys, there's sige, Maki, kasi
nakita ko yung sasabi mo yung may one question.
There's one question, guys. I think first question for you. So, Manny, you could join in sa answering this, but this is a question for the whole
So
group.
actually, parang since nabigyan na tayo ng input, so I think pwede na natin address directly to Tita Lauren. So si Tita Lauren ang sasagot nito. Okay, Tita Lauren.
Presidente.
You're the president of the 5-star group. Okay, so this question is coming from Gary Gals. So he said, we have a photographers group here in Bukidnon, or also known as Bukfo or Bukfo. Question.
Ganda mo pa talaga. No? Made in South Thailand.
All right. How important is it to have a formal structure like officers, or to become a corporation or cooperative? Is it necessary? As of now, we are just an FB or a Facebook group, just admins for that FB group. So how can you try to answer that? Since you already have 15 to 20 within the 5-star group, did you attempt to create like a formal structure for the group?
Yeah, formal structure.
No, because just like our workshops, we wanted it to be exclusive. So it's, because it's we're not just a group of photographers. We have to be able to mingle with one another.
Yes.
We have to get along with one another. That was the most important thing. And I am proud to say that the people that form the group can get along with each other. So that's more important. If you want a very big group, like ours is technically really small, just 20 max.
Yes.
If you want to form a big group, then you should have a formal structure eventually. Otherwise, it's magulo. Right. But corporations, cooperatives, those take a lot of paperwork, huh? So
Yes.
and money.
And
You will
money.
you need funds for
Yes.
that.
Okay. And then yes, Tita Tuchi. Go.
Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, no. If you're going to if you're doing it for the fun of it, because I did try joining camera clubs previously, and it was just you're just so boxed in with it. You have an assignment that you have to do a black and white photo, and you have to make it, and it's so para kang nasa eskwelahan na naman na you have to, produce something. Whereas it was just really fun. You go there, you had an objective, which is to take the pictures of the model in there, and then the next day we had the Photoshop with Manny, and it was so nice. It was just so, and then the bonding that went along with it. So no, if all you're after is that learning process, you will get it. You will get it without having to create a formal structure that will box you in.
Okay.
I think having a structure would introduce politics.
Yes,
Politics.
exactly.
Diba?
Yan.
And then, like,
isa
in
sa
the case of,
pinakapakit doon eh.
in the case of our group, parang it was like there was a rhythm to, okay, si Lauren ang taga, I mean, everyone had a role that wasn't an elected position.
Yes.
It kind of fell into, ito magaling sa ganyan, dyan siya. And then Manny was Lauren was the leader for the workshop, but Manny was really our leader in terms of the creativity of the weekend.
Akala ko sasabihin nyo lolo eh. I heard that term lolo kanina.
Sally yun.
Yeah, Manny, I heard that. Akala
Pero
ko
the same age.
Kaya na-curious ako, lolo?
Si Sally has a nickname. Si Sally has a nickname for everyone, in the group.
Oh, that's typical Sally.
Do you know her nickname?
No, I haven't heard about it.
She's the principal, Sally.
Oh, so she maintains order in the group.
Important
No,
office.
she's all-knowing.
Actually,
Yes.
All-knowing. That's why she's the
Kasi
principal.
once nagtuturo si Manny sa di ba after that, Photoshop na. Pag yung mga newbie ang nandyan, may mga newbie, sasabi sa akin ni Manny, turuan mo yan. Turuan mo yan. So, may assistant si Manny. So, that's the teacher or principal. Yun.
Alright. So just to recap to Gary Ga. So according to our guests, so they're not really discouraging it, but here's the point. What they're saying is if you're after the bonding, the full
and have the
camaraderie,
fun,
and minus the stress of going into an actual elected position, they keep it as it is. So they have roles to play based on what they're capable of. It's not really formal in a sense, but
I don't
works.
think
It works for their group.
you don't need a big group or small group just to decide whether you want this let's say ganitong form ng group na like I think yung freedom mas madali na it's designed for their type of personalities yung ganitong rather than structured. Kasi pag structured nga, sabi ko sa'yo, it's like controlling everyone. Dito ka lang. Dito. So, yun nga,
And
sabi nga ni Tush.
Picking up from what Tita Lauren said, one of their main objective for joining the group is people should be able to mingle or be able to relate get along with each and everybody. Kasi otherwise, they wouldn't have survived the full 10 years if none of the dynamics within the group would work. So that's one good thing about having your group, keeping it a little bit smaller.
One thing I noticed with the 5-star group, which is surprisingly it works for them. One of them would do an exhibit, not all of them. So, syempre, di ba, kung minsan sa certain group, I'm not pertaining to any group, just may mga observation lang. There's a certain group, let's say may one of them will do an exhibit. Siyempre, the other group will feel bad, bakit hindi kami kasama? Dito sa kanila, iba nakikita ko. One of them would do an exhibit, but the whole group would support. They would support, they would be there.
Exactly.
And that's the one thing, that's why, sabi ko, yun nga yung isa sa mga question ko, how do you do that? What's the mindset na ganun para, kasi again, you guys are basically have different personalities. And again, sabi ko nga, strong personalities. And you guys are also, sabihin natin, achievers and competitive. Pero hindi kayo nagka-clash eh. Yun yung the nice thing eh.
Yes.
So, or nagkakaroon rin ng inggitan ba? Or so, how do you handle that, guys?
So, anyone can answer on this one.
Yeah.
What is the question?
The question is how, okay, Ma.
No,
All right, the
actually,
question there
ganito.
is how do you maintain the peace inside the group? Walang inggitan, or all you get is support, or meron bang someone who keeps on reminding, let's support them, ganito, or it's just kusa lang lahat. Everyone's doing their part as a
kusa.
Yeah.
I think it's kusa.
Okay.
I remember when Mike won that was it Northwest? Hindi. KLM.
Okay.
I was so proud of him. It was like having this younger brother who, it was a big thing. And then later on, for your group mate, for a close friend to get recognition like that, I know. I feel really proud of it. I feel proud of Lauren when she has her exhibits, and kasi she's done a few exhibits on her own, and for me, there's no inggitan.
That's good. At least wala na doon.
Iba-iba na kami. We're not the same.
Yeah.
But we get along. Parang ganon.
We get along,
And
yeah.
We have things in common.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, we have different networks also. So different people have different opportunities. Just because it was offered to one of us, it doesn't mean that the whole
Everyone's
5-star group will, diba? So it's not a package deal. It's not a package deal with us. So go ahead, Sally.
One
sorry.
thing, pag medyo nagtatampuhan kami or what, tampuhan today, tomorrow wala na. We just make fun of it and then we talk about it. Pinagtatawanan na lang after. Ganun lang kami.
Okay, question. I'm just going. Normally, ano pwede nyo pagkatampuhan? For example, sige, cite a sample. Sige.
Si Lauren, one thing, wag mo gugutumin yan. Pag nagutom yan, patay kayong lahat. Hindi money sa kanya. Okay? Kasi pakialam ko si Manny pa yan o ano pa yan. Basta gutom siya, importante yung stomach niya.
So yan
See, guys, it's normal. It's normal. Hindi ako weird. Lauren, well, at least I know someone
after
weird.
that, pakainin mo lang siya, buhay na siya, back to normal.
Yeah, ganun din. Ganyan na ganun din.
Yun, okay
Back
na.
to
Wala na.
essence.
Kalimot na lahat. Ganun lang.
Okay.
So,
Rhea, your audio.
yeah.
Your audio. Rhea, your
Yeah.
audio.
Yes,
Go
Manny,
ahead, si Manny.
Kasi these people, yung members ng 5-star, they have their own lives, apart from being a photographer. I won't consider them a photographer in the first place kasi they're just photo hobbyists who happens to be very, very good in what they're doing, you know? So, from their being a photographer, these people are very accomplished businesswoman, you know, accomplished whatever, because there's a lot of them, you know. And I think yung photography is just like a weekend thing for them. So kumbaga, their life doesn't revolve on photography.
Yes.
And that's one thing that is good about the group kasi when we need to celebrate a triumph of one member, we go full force, you know. Pag may problema yung isang member in terms of many things, no, even personal lives, we go full force to support that member. You know, and I think what really get the group together is because of Lauren, kasi she's always there to be the glue for everyone. You know, basta you just make sure that she's always full.
She's always fed. Properly fed, di ba?
Iba, buti na lang tinanong natin, Maki, kung she had dinner kanina. Or else iba persona. Sabi, we did warn you, this is a long format show. So kaya we did ask you that you had lunch at dinner already. So Manny, since you mentioned that they're competitive, they do compete. What's a scenario whenever they compete or have let's say an image? Do they normally consult you for that?
Voila, they don't.
Wala?
They don't, because, and I also don't want them to consult me because I want them to follow their hearty. Because part of my training with them, part of my workshops with them is, okay, this is my style. This is how I'm going to attack the picture. Pero you could not be me, you have to be you. At a certain point, Lauren became an expert in high key. Sally became an expert in yung parang fantasy at saka yung kulay, Like from Sally, I've learned how to push my colors even more. Push pa even if you know na yung colors is already a lot Pero si Sally, grabe yung colors niya. So I learned from her how to push my colors even more. Kay TUCHI, my God, TUCHI has so much potential na hindi niya alam kung anong potentials niya sometimes. Sometimes si TUCHI, you will just be surprised by what she could come up with, like yung colors, like all of the sudden I would see TUCHI is basically during the time that we were doing workshops almost every week, and TUCHI is everywhere, like she would show me this style, and then the following week another style, and then the following week another style, and she's good in it. Pero eventually she was able to find her own calling, which is that digital art, which is something that I'm very, very proud of. Kasi I can still say na she started with us, she started with us, we are part of her growth as to who she is right now.
You see? So that's one core, parang sabihin na natin, one core value from the group that other people can try to emulate. Now you try to support.
It's not competition between you guys, but it's more you're helping each other grow. Yun yung dapat.
And yun nga, you have to be proud of what the other members have achieved and give them your full support, di ba? Kasi otherwise, magbubuka lang nga talaga na it's just a group by a name na kasi may members lang kayo but you're not really, interacting or getting along with each other, as what Tita Lauren has mentioned earlier. So it's important nga talaga na you try to keep everyone in check. And it's nothing like that. It's more of finding a common interest amongst each other, and then growing from that interest, you share it with each other and try to keep it as normal as possible. Pero yun nga, wag natin gugutumin si Tita Laura. So wag niyo gugutumin yung pinaka-leader nyo. Wag niyo gugutumin daw. Dahil
so dito, I'll go for Manny right now. There's a question na naisip ko lang because of one of Lauren mentioned a while ago that you also have this gathering sometimes, or a personal gathering, like say Christmas. What's a typical scenario of a 5-star gathering?
No. Yeah. You know what? Lauren should answer that question because she's usually the she's usually the organizer.
All right, Lauren.
Maingay.
Yeah. So what food? Definitely food is there, but what's a typical setup of that group? Yung ganyan.
Panay buffet na lang nga di ba? Kasi mahirap ang parking, etc. So buffet na, hotel. There's always this fun part. We don't have programs, but we do have like exchange gift, and TUCHI would come out with yung iba-ibang style ng exchange gift, which is
theme. We have a theme.
We have a theme. Okay.
Yeah. Like green.
Something green.
Ganun ka-simple na. Green.
And how we exchange it. There's also
the dice game.
Yeah. You know why? Alabat ko na. You know why? Yeah. You know why I'm asking this? Kasi ang final question doon, paano naghahatian sa cost, which is number one unong pinag-aawayan ng some group pagdating na pinagkakwentahan na. So yun yan. Kaya nga,
That's never
we have
a
to teach.
problem. Never a problem with us. It's hati.
Divided by the number of heads. Yun na yun.
Yeah.
Yun guys. Yun. Hindi yung kasi kung sino yung
the core group.
Mm-hmm.
For example, outside of the core group, for every like reunion, like Christmas party we have during the year end, for example, we'd give them approximate costs. So, you know more or less what to expect.
Even the travels, right? Even yung mga travels yun, ganun. Someone would hand. Don't tell me ikaw rin nag-arrange ng lahat.
Hindi ako. Tuchi din. Minsan tuchi.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yun na guys. So again.
There's no problem. Okay, and then don't think it's like a perfect group. There are little dramas and all that stuff. But yun na nga, it's what makes the group interesting. It's not I mean, and then, just so many.
Don't worry. I'll be asking that. I'll be may question ako later. Mamaya, later. Who's the sino yung matako sa grupo? Sino yung drama queen? Sino yung I would definitely ask you that later. Mamaya, binubuo ko pa yung profile ng buong group. So we got an idea yung pinaka-structure ng group right now. So Rhea, you have any question or Gamarts? You have any question for the group?
None so far, Papi, kasi na-answer na nila yung do's and don'ts eh. Basta wag lang gutumin si Ma'am Lauren.
Stick ka dala.
Alright,
Rhea, check your audio, Rhea. I think yung connection niyan nawawala.
Connection. Yeah, close it.
Double check it.
So one of our co-hosts is in, so he's late again. So hi Sir
You?
Romel. Yeah.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
Yeah.
Ano ba, Tagalog ba tayo? Tagalog? O...
Excuse me, this is the 5-star group. You're talking to an elite group as what Tito Manny has mentioned. This is people who have done great in their field of work. So you do not speak to them in...
Oh my God. Thank you for calling, guys. Good evening po. Good evening.
So,
alright. Sige, Mike.
Sige, papakilala kita kasi, okay. So, Tita Tuchi and Tita Lauren, so since I was the one who did your pre-testing, assisted with your pre-testing. So, here's the face, Romel Marcelo, who's actually the boss of TWGO.
Hindi po totoo yun. Hindi po totoo.
Ikaw kaya nagpapasweldo sa amin ni Parc. Kung wala kaya kami. So, again, so here's Romel. Yan.
So a while ago you mentioned so Lauren is the one who decided who's gonna be invited. So Lauren, what's the what takes requirements to be invited or just to get your attention?
Parang
to be a 5-star.
Okay, Lauren, speak up, not just. Okay, I'm asking you this, not people to invite people in sa 5-star, not, but if you're gonna build a group like yours, ano ba magiging parang would be your
criteria or parang
criteria
process. So parang parang this is like your Hogwarts school na they choose the people who come into the
sorting
group.
Hat.
Sorting hat. Yeah, si Tita Lauren ang sorting hat. Okay, good. Good, Tita Lauren.
So, wait. Before you answer that, so Manny doesn't have any say kung sino papasok sa grupo?
You would suggest.
I would suggest.
Pero may ibang dada. Okay.
So, binubuo na.
Yeah.
Si Noy, for example, siya din ang nagpasok sa kanya.
Okay.
Alright.
But, usually, yung talent, I guess, primary talent in our general like in photography, tapos personality.
Okay. Ma'am Lauren, I'll stop you there. So means pag sinabi ng talent, you're choosing, you're looking at their work. What is it? Parang conflicting with someone's work inside, or anything, or parang magiging parang supportive or complementary pag sinama siya dito sa group na to, something like that.
Parc, excuse kasi usually we join other group din. And then like yung mga workshop ni Manny from the other group na maramihan din. From there, we get to know some other members. So if they want to go be part of our at least more or less alam na ni Lauren kung anong klaseng ugali they have.
Okay.
So more or less
maganda rin,
okay
nafe-filter niya,
or
nafe-filter
hindi
na
to.
rin.
Ganon. Like si Tuchi, nakasama niya from the other workshop of Manny. So doon from there pa lang, I remember, di ba, Lauren, we went to MJ's, MJ's workshop. Andun si Tuchi at the time. And then she was so thin and sexy at that time because
I got a bee from that place.
Di ba remember on a South Beach diet ba yon? South Beach diet
May
ka
bawal siya.
Uso pa yun
Cohen, ha? Ang hirap nun. Okay.
And
ano sabi natin, Lauren? Ano sabi mo, Lauren? At that time,
social?
Medyo chine-check natin isasali ba natin sa group natin? Remember that?
Okay.
Diba?
Pero again,
sabi natin, naku, mahirap yata yan. May diet yan. Mamaya pag sinali natin sa group yan, mahirap pakainin.
I brought my own food. But I make some bong Lauren during my first workshop. My first camera was a D7000. So I was so proud. And all I really wanted to do was learn how to take pictures of food. Kasi I wanted to be a food blogger. So gusto ko lang Pero here I was in Manny's workshop and I had my D7000. And I took a shot. Okay? And then, sinilip ni Manny yung sinilip ni Manny yung picture ko. Tapos narinig ko siya, binulong niya kay Lauren, bakit ganun? Bakit ganun? Sabi ni Lauren, binulong ni Lauren, kasi hindi full frame camera. And I felt I was like, ano yung full frame camera? Nag-research talaga ako. Ano yung full frame camera? So the next time, I ordered, what was coming out then was the D800. So I said, I'm going to have a full-frame camera next time. Next time I take a workshop with these people. But I think it's like 2 workshops later, I was the only one with the D800. Sabi ni Lola.
Bago pa yun eh.
So, feeling good na ako noon.
Yung adventure, yun yung maganda pakinggan kasi it's something that you would go back and matatawa na lang kayo sa mga the story. That's
because now, I'm happy with this. This is my camera now. I mean, then it was all about your equipment and how many lenses you had and how sharp they were. And in the end, you're getting older, the camera's heavy, ang dami mong gear, may tripod ka pa, humihina na yung tuhod mo. Eto na ang sagot.
but Tita Tuchi, that's not just a mobile phone. But remember, there was one interview that we did with Kuya Edwin Loyola. He said it doesn't really matter, and it is now, not in this generation, doesn't really matter now what camera brand you're using. Because it's your eyes and your talent and your skill.
You look at my pamangkins or the young generation now. Wow, their photos are like out of this world using their mobile phones or camera. Yeah. So I absolutely agree with that. It's not the equipment that you use, but your eye. What you use.
All right.
See.
Pero
balikan natin yung sorting hat. Teka, balikan mo tayo yung sorting hat.
Meron lang akong question. So, ganyan ba talaga pagpasok sa 5-star, naka full frame ka?
It's a joke. Dude, masyado mo seryoso. Wag mo ilagay mamaya, baka nagtaas ang kilay. But no, it's a joke, guys. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Hindi. Sige nga, So, there's a sorting hat nga na, sorting hat na si Tita Lauren sorting hat. So, Tita, you're looking for the skill, you're looking also for the personality, kumbaga yung how they are or how they act during the workshop. And then, is it like a straightforward invite for you guys? Like, for example, you went to TUCHI and you said, TUCHI, would you like to formally join the 5-star group? Or is it...
It wasn't even like that. It was like, there was one workshop where, I don't know, Manny, I think you told me 5-star ka na. Tapos,
Kaya pala natuwa siya. Ganun kabilis. It's like a pre-approved credit card na agad eh. Wow.
Badge of honor yun.
Yeah.
Usually we ask you to join. We ask you if you wanted to join our workshop.
So parang yung if you're being asked to join the workshop, that's parang yung first screening na ng parang pwede ba tong sumali sa
guys. So if Lauren all of a sudden invited you.
I didn't know that at that time. I thought they just kind of were, they liked me. I knew they liked me, but I wasn't part of the group yet.
Okay.
People are enjoying now listening to you guys. Look, one of photographer
the
here.
Comments,
napaka good vibes ng episode nito. Yeah, it's different. We're not talking about photography. We're talking about friendship and their adventures
group,
and their
core.
Kung paano nabubuo. Kasi guys, we have to tackle this because honestly, ang hirap mag-survive sa industry na dito na being alone and lalo na wala kang mga alone. Sabi ko nga, it's a big help for me lalo na, Manny would know this, after workshop and you're so tired tapos wala kang kaibigan kakwentuhan or to cheer you up, nakaka-drain. So it's a big help that you have friends like this that you could just, again, drop your guard down, relax, be real, kahit pwede ako magpakatotoo eh. So kasi, of course, during a workshop, you have to be formal. You play a certain persona. So, ganun ako. So, pero dito, yes, Manny. Yeah.
Yeah. Along with your story, yan ang mahirap din if they attend my workshop, a bigger workshop. Kasi I'm so at home with them. Nawawala yung pagka-formal ko eh. Oo.
It's true.
Parang, oh my God, okay, I need to be respectable, pero with the TUCHI around,
That's the exact word.
So nawawala po yung
pagiging
respectable,
Okay. Yeah. Pero I enjoy being with TUCHI in some of my workshops na hindi 5-star, or being with Sally or being with Lauren. Kasi after the workshop, tama yung sinabi mo, Parc, no? Sometimes meron akong mga attack, may mga panic attacks ako eh. And I have to run to these people to comfort me,
Yeah.
So basically, they go to the workshop, attend my workshop, pay, and they were also my doctor and nurses, and I'm not paying them.
Yan.
See? Guys, look at this. Napakaswerte talaga ni Manny.
Oh
my God.
Napakaswerte.
Maki na konsensya naman ako, pinaulanan tsaka pinaarawan ko si Parc.
Hindi nyo ba napapansin ko bakit ko sila in-invite dito to teach you guys how to be real friends?
Hindi mo man lang kinalagaan si Parc na nag-isa lang pinatakbo. Pati ba naman
ginugutom nyo rin ako.
At may lumilipad tuloy. Lumilipad.
Pagdating ng tanghali, pinaarawan.
Commuter bus, di ba? Imagine mo yun.
Yeah.
Yes,
Manny.
I think, can I ask question? sa mga 5-star. What do you think is the most defining moment sa 5-star group? Yung something na, any moment na parang nasabi mo na, wow, I'm so lucky I belong to this group.
Oh,
yeah. That's a good question.
Pang Miss Universe question. Gandahan yan.
Let's start with
yan yung maging dahilan ng pagkatanggal sa 5-star.
Let's start with Tita Sally naman on this one. So, please answer.
No, like I have mentioned na before, no? Like we went to Ilocos. That is talagang for me, hindi ko na talaga makakalimutan. I really enjoyed the group talaga at that time. I mean, yung group namin doon. As in, I have told you before na nakalimutan ko meron akong pamilyang dapat tawagan. Sa sobrang enjoy ko, nakalimutan ko sila. Talagang enjoy ko sa company na lahat, walang problema. Ang super saya namin at that time. Even in our Myanmar, So sabi ko, I really belong to this group. Walang keme, lahat enjoy lang kami. Kung may intriga man kami, we have intriga, no? We talk about each other, lalo na yung absent.
Meron ganon?
Ganyan talaga yata eh.
Kasi
normal yan, no?
Pero after that, we don't, kumbaga, after that, tapos na. Hanggang doon na ang kwentuhan. Behind that, hindi namin we don't talk about sa other people, talk about these people na ganyan-ganito siya. Hindi. Amin lang, to our group lang. So yung friendship namin, naka-intact din yan. Kaya minsan, even si Lauren, lagi ko tinitira yan si Lauren. Sabi ko, wag yung gutumin or what. Hindi siya napipikon because that is talaga, totoo yan eh. Pero, di ba, hindi siya na-hurt because it's real. Pero, hindi na namin pinalalala pa. Basta we just enjoy na lang. Lahat tayo may ugali eh. We have to enjoy lang talaga our company. Ganun lang yan.
Ang ganda na sagot to. Pasalo to. Hindi matatanggal to.
Maganda yun.
Yeah.
Makukuha mo yun. Lahat may ugali.
Tinitingnan ko yung kilay ni Miss Lauren eh. Kung tumaas, meron. Aksanta. Wala, hindi tumaas kilay.
So that's from Tita Sally. Yeah, go ahead.
What? Same question?
Yes,
same question. Yeah, you'll be everyone is gonna answer that.
I'm kind of hurt kasi Sally's quintessential 5-star. No, I wasn't part of the group then. So. I've heard stories about it, and it really. No, I wasn't. See, it felt like I was there. But anyway, I was not there. But
Myanmar. You were in Myanmar.
Yeah, of course.
I mentioned two workshops, the Myanmar and Ilocos.
Yeah. So anyway, I know Ilocos was really special because I've heard stories about it, and it's epic talaga, their adventure. But it was like, how many days was it?
5.
It ran for several days. Anyway, but for me, it was the Myanmar that was really
your defining moment.
Our defining moment I really bonded with everyone there. Because it was our first time to travel together outside of the country. And especially, Myanmar isn't the same anymore now with all the strikes that's going on. I remember Manny said, kasi we were being entertained by some photographers from Myanmar, and Manny said, okay, let's show them mga Filipino tayo. Wag tayong magsasama-samang mga Filipinos lang. Kasi let's show them that we mingle and we're sharing, experiences together. And then so the first morning out, there's 2 cars. So all of us jump in the car, and Manny's like in the middle of the 2 cars, not knowing where he's gonna ride. And he jumps in with the Filipinos also. So the entire time we were in Myanmar, all the Filipinos were. So much for our fearless leader.
Yung nagsuggest ang iniwan eh.
But, there were so many things that happened in that car that are just just precious. We just learned so much from each other then.
Okay.
Right?
So yan ang kay Tita Tuchi. Alright. And then finally, syempre, the president.
The president.
Sorting hat.
Sally ang president.
Okay, Sally president.
Miss Lauren, honestly, after tonight's show, naiba talaga tingin ko. Kasi iba yun din. Kasi the way I know you sabi ko sa'yo, alam mo, okay, the funny thing here, before Maki called you up or set you up for the live show to guide you how to tweak everything, I gave him a profile. Okay, sa Lauren one of yan yung pinakatahimik, yan yung pinaka-soft spoken. And before you get yung kiliti niya, you have to be nice to her, tell her some jokes before you could relax, ganyan. Now, after tonight, naiba. So, ikaw pala yung talagang, simula nito lahat. Now, I know. Anyway, Lauren, your question, regarding the question ni Sir Manny about you? Defining moment. Yeah.
The out of town trips. Pareho din sa kanila actually. Yung Myanmar, Ilocos. Ilocos pinaka. Every time I look back at all our group pictures there, talagang never fails to smile. And Macau. We were there in Macau.
Okay.
Yes.
Kasama,
Parang
we were there.
kasama po ba kayo, Tita Tuchi, dun sa Macau?
Yes.
she was there.
Okay.
I attended two
Ikaw Maki,
workshops.
ikaw wala yung...
Hindi.
Ako.
Iniisip kasi Tita Tuchi, parang nakasama ba ako sa Macau?
Hindi,
Paano si
inisip
Tita
ko.
Tuchi?
No. I said, epic bang Macau? Yeah, it was. It was memorable. It was memorable because Julius
Manny.
was there. And Julius is like, for me, Julius is part of the group too.
Okay.
Although not officially. Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Manny,
yes. Yeah,
Go ahead, Mike.
I just would like to bring this up, kasi none of you mentioned yung workshop natin na inorganized for the Kids for Cancer Foundation.
Yeah, that's right.
I think for me yan ang pinaka-defining
That's right.
moment ko
Okay.
as someone who had been with the 5 stars. So
Our group.
I won't say anything about this. I would let Lauren, Sally, and Tuchi talk about it. Because I think I feel so proud about the group when they come up.
With that
But si
workshop.
Ange is not here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a big part of that.
Okay.
But this
Yeah.
was a workshop for kids
All right.
about kids. It was Manny
Oh.
was teaching kids from age what? Who was the youngest? Ayla, my
Eight, I think.
Your niece.
Yeah, like
Your niece.
I think she was 5 or 6.
Mhm.
Okay.
8 to 12.
And then the oldest one was siguro 18.
No,
And then-
less.
Oh,
mga 12 lang.
Mga 12 siguro.
Oo. Okay. Anyway, and then models nila mga kids then. So that was
Okay.
Nice, oh.
that was special, Manny. That was really
And
special.
then the proceeds.
Went to Kai's Foundation.
Okay.
Oh. So it became parang a workshop for a cause.
Yeah, so workshop
Yeah.
for a cause. And it's
Okay.
diba?
Wow.
So
you
so
see?
parang
Nice.
kasi
Yung mga
you know
models nila, yung mga models nila na kids, they were styled also. So parang katulad ng mga shoots na matatanda. Yung mga
It was
bata.
like a mini. It was like a Manny Librodo workshop for kids with
actually
photographers and children models.
Paloma was part of it, because Paloma was one of our stylists.
Paloma
And then
Moon.
his-
Paloma Moon.
Yes, and then
Okay.
and then her son was one of our models.
Oh,
Right.
Yung long-haired son, yeah.
Okay. Galing.
Paloma, if you're watching, Manny is mentioning.
Paramdam ka, Paloma, paramdam ka.
Saka Manny, remember, after the workshop, the kids get their picture and then they were placed in an album.
We printed.
That's
Oh.
So before they left, they had prints of their shoots.
This was when? This was when? Parang ano.
2014.
Oh,
2014.
7-8 years ago.
galing yun, ha?
Actually,
diba? They're not
actually, I
even
have the
yeah. Yes,
I
man.
have actually the video of that workshop, because I think Mayad did the video for us.
Mayad.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
You
why
have the
for
link?
me,
Wow.
Yeah, I have the link. I can actually play it if you want me to
Sure.
share.
Sure.
if you can share it.
Yes.
Yan.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay,
So,
so you talk
Closer,
first,
go.
hanapin ko, and then when I
Sige,
come back,
Manny.
I'll
Alright,
play
sige,
it, ha?
sige.
Okay,
Alright, sige.
talk to them.
Okay.
All right. So, Laura, yung who conceptualized that, yung shoot for workshop for a cause na yan? Who started?
Tuchi.
Tuchi.
Suchi was the
Okay.
one. Oh, okay.
So, how gaano karaming who was the one who's really involved there? The whole group was involved, I guess.
The whole group.
Okay.
I met this lady. Oh my God, Fatima Lorenzo. Oh, I'm sorry if I get her name. I know her first name is Fatima, and she was the head of Kai's Foundation. Wait, sorry. She's head of Kai's Foundation, and then I was thinking at the time of taking photos of the kids,
Mm-hmm.
but it was too big a project. I mean, I would have been too affected by the project if I had taken like these portraits of
Yes.
the kids that were
Mm.
So I think again, we kind of brainstormed, and I said, Manny, why don't you do a workshop for
Kids.
children,
Yeah.
which she had never done, or if you had done one in the past, it had been quite a while. So yun, and then people started pitching in ideas. That's the great thing about the group. It's so organic. You come up with one idea, and dami ng input, and and no idea is terrible. Everyone's opinion is respected, and ayun. So that's why we come up with this really good project.
Yeah.
I found it. I found it.
Okay, ayan na yung.
How do we do? Okay. Manny,
How do I share?
Okay, Maki, ganito.
do I
Maki,
share?
kindly guide Manny how to
All right.
do the sharing.
So, Sir Manny, so if you have that, open a different tab for that link. Have it
Is it
ready.
I
is it
did.
on YouTube? Is it on YouTube, right?
No,
Or,
it's
your
on my
page?
computer.
All
It's
right.
on their computer.
Okay. So local computer. Okay. All you have to do is just drag that file on your browser, so it would open a different tab. So magiging
Okay, I
siya
did.
parang
Okay.
so player na siya.
So,
Now,
i-play ko na lang. Oh.
No,
Okay.
no. Before playing that, below your screen, you will see share. You
Okay.
see that? Okay, click that. Now, click share screen. Now, under share screen, now you would see three selections. You have the entire screen, window, and Chrome tab. Go for Chrome tab.
Okay, where do I find? Oh, okay, share. Okay, I
Yes.
saw that. Yep.
Yeah.
Share screen, and then I'll go
Okay.
with
The tab,
You have
sa
three
Chrome
choices
tab.
now.
Chrome
You
tab.
have entire Chrome tab on the far right. You'll see that, right? So makikita mo.
wala siya eh.
Wait.
What do you see,
Check.
Sir Manny?
Share. I think share screen lang.
Okay, click share screen.
Click it. Click.
Chrome tab. I saw it now.
Yeah.
Okay, Chrome tab now.
And
The
then
Chrome tab now. Before clicking anything, below lower left, you would see share audio.
Oh,
There's a share audio tab there.
Ah,
Just click that.
done.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, now select the tab. You're saying under Chrome tab, you select the one with the video.
Select the one with the video.
Yeah. So the
It's
one
StreamYard.
you'll have you have two tabs right now, I think. That would be StreamYard, and the other one
then-
would be your video.
Oh, the other one is Facebook. So
Oh, okay.
so
how
how
many-
do I?
Yeah. How many tabs could you see right now?
I can only see two. One is StreamYard, and then the other one is Facebook.
Wait,
Oh, okay, I
think
saw it.
Alright.
When I press window, I saw it.
The window.
Alright.
Window.
Okay, that's
separate
it.
window. Okay.
Okay.
So
Then
so
just-
I'll just share. I'll just click it
Yeah,
and then
click,
share.
select
Yes,
that
Okay,
and
there
share.
you go.
Yeah, there.
Did
I
you
can
find
see
it?
now? Yep.
All
Is it
right.
showing
so here we
now?
have it.
Here,
Okay.
here. It's now showing here. Now the question is if we could hear the audio here right now. Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
see.
I'll try.
Yeah.
May audio tayo, Mac.
Wait.
Nope. Copy.
Walang audio.
Is
no?
it working?
Is it?
Yeah,
It's
working?
working, but we don't have any audio, so you could see it on your screen right now, actually.
Okay, so how do I turn the audio on?
Okay. We have to do it again. We'll
So,
close it
stop
again.
share po na.
We'll
Yes.
share.
Okay,
that.
I'll stop it. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Then
Okay.
click again on share,
Click again on share. Okay.
and then choose
Share.
the window.
Yeah, pero Maki,
Um,
he needs to drag it the video from his computer. Drag niya dapat sa tab dapat para maging tab siya, remember?
Okay. Sir,
Ida-drag ko siya sa tab.
Yeah.
To
You
Google
drag
Chrome.
the video towards the browser itself.
You know, this is very funny because this is the time when I need Mike Lim, you know, one of the members of the group.
Don't worry.
because he's so
We'll guide,
techy, you know. So,
don't worry. We'll guide you through this. We're so curious about the video right now.
okay,
Kaya-
so how do I drag it to the tab?
Okay, it's just like dragging a file towards a folder, but this time instead of a folder, you drag it towards your browser.
towards Google
Towards
Chrome.
my browser. What is my browser?
The one with the one with
Google Chrome.
the one with the StreamYard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sa StreamYard.
Yeah.
Saan?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Saan ko siya
drag
i-drag?
it. Just drag that.
Anywhere. So it
would
creates
open a
another
tab.
tab. Yeah.
It would create a different tab.
Drag ko siya wherever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sa taas.
Sa taas.
Sa taas, Manny. Oo.
Pero open na yung tab eh.
Pero nandiyan na nandiyan na yung video. Once the video is in the tab, yan, pwede mo ngayon i-share ngayon yung tab. Nandiyan na siya, di ba?
Yeah.
So go to share again, share screen.
Share screen.
Again, click Chrome tab. Now, supposedly dapat nandiyan na rin yung tatlo na yung makikita mo. Aside from Facebook, you will see.
Share screen.
Yeah, share screen. Then under Chrome
Video file.
Share, make sure that you click on the share audio para may audio siya.
Okay. You continue first. I think someone has to help me with this one, and then.
Okay.
Okay. Romel.
Romel is busy right now. Maki, Kylie, call Manny, guide mo siya tapos pwede mo sige.
Okay, keep going, guys.
Sige. All right. So, Rhea, any question?
Going back dun lang sa choosing people to join the group. Wala si Tita Lauren.
You guys are really curious about that.
Yes. Kasi di ba parang in a group of friends, minsan di ba parang talagang hindi agad na automatic na pag nakita mo tong taong to, you'll jive talaga.
Magja-jive
kasi
agad.
Kasi di ba kaya may screening si Tita Lauren eh. So, di ba people say na first impression last. Pero does it last talaga? Was there like any unwritten rule na pag hindi nag-jive yung ugali nitong taong to with us, are we going to kick it from the group? Something like that? Or are we going to keep him or her and then influence her in some other way? Parang ganon.
Wait, saan na napunta yun?
All right. Si Maki is calling the whole group.
Actually, hindi kasi before I invite, more or less, parang alam mo na yung ugali ng tao.
Pero
Na-sense na po.
Ganun kabilis mo
Hindi naman kabilis, pero you've spent some time. Like, si Tuchi, nakasama ko na siya sa workshop eh. So, more or less, alam ko na, okay to. Parang gano'n, yung mga gano'n. But, eventually, kung kunwari, pagka nasama siya, tapos hindi pala, wala lang, we don't invite you again.
Yeah.
Okay. Pero kasi, ito, nakakatawa. Sa iyo, gano'n lang. Sa akin, simple. Sa group, once ang basis ko ng a good friendship or this person will be a good part of the group if I get to join him for dinner, lunch, or breakfast. It's food. It's ang bonding ko food. If I find you a foodie or someone who's fun to have with while eating, you're my friend agad. Yung mga ganon. That's why siguro naging ka-close ko rin kayong dalawa. Kayo dalawa nila kasi na most of the time pagkain ng napapag-usapan. And one of my favorite workshop actually is with you guys. When we that's all yun yung I enjoy you guys because of the food. Yun. Kaya close ako sa inyo. Now, one of the siguro yung question ni Rhea, you were confirming regarding yung selection nila. Now, meron bang naging chance sino among sa group ang pinaka who really went inside the needle, talagang ang hirap, kumbaga nahirapan siya pumasok or talagang sobrang scrutiny mo na bago siya nakapasok? Meron ba?
Sally, wala naman eh. Wala. I don't remember.
Kasi kami
for us kasi, when you want to get in, okay lang naman, we invite you to get in, no? Afterwards, nasa sa kanila din eh, yung mga who wants to join in, nasa sa kanila, kung feel at home sila, okay lang, stay pa rin. There are some, like, I forgot their names eh, na nagstay naman in some workshop, almost 2 or 3 na silang nakasama. Si Doktora, remember? From the Pampanga group. Millie. O, di ba? Actually, once we invite them, dumarating siya pero hindi lang natin siya nakikamingle masyado, di ba? Oo. And who else pa yun? The one in Ilocos. Lauren,
Lovely?
the one you invite. No, in Ilocos.
Si Ben? Ben?
No, hindi, babae.
Kasama
Remember?
natin sa Ilocos si Doc John. Si John.
You know, you forgot to mention Mike Chang.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
Mike Chang.
Si Mike Chang. Ang nakalimutan ko si Paul Res.
Paul Resurrection.
He's part of our group also.
I didn't know. Kasama si
Ay,
Paul.
ganyan. Kaya nga sabi ko nga sa'yo, you members of our group, iba-iba kami.
Iba-iba. Kaya napaka-diverse ng grupo na hindi mo So, okay. Okay, Romel, any question for the group?
Yung sa pagko-confirm po ng mga members, nagkakaroon ba ng botohan yan?
You really want to dwell on the membership, no?
Hindi naman. Kasi doon naman nagsimula yung usapan. So, yun, baka, may nagsasabi lang na isang person na, okay itong isang tao na to, let's put him in, parang ganun sa group.
Wala lang.
Wala no.
Kasi it's not naman a formal is he in or is he out. It's like, are we gonna invite them for the next workshop? And then it just becomes
lagi nang kasama.
Okay po. Okay.
So it's not talagang in bar, and we've never kicked anyone out, right? I mean, once you're in, you're in.
Wala kasi one thing kasi na-prove ko na rin sa inyo na one thing na, di ba, we were talking about, kanina someone asked about structure of a certain group, how you create, and one thing that popped in some mind ko agad, sabi ko, one thing na may structure kasi pag ganyan na, may politics na magkakaroon ng politics hindi mo maiiwasan and one thing na prove ko sa inyo na walang politics sa inyo. Why? Remember, you guys are really you guys are a close friend of yun, si Maki ba yun? Naririnig
si Maki nasa phone.
Mute ko muna siya. Anyway, so you guys are really close to Manny, pero tingnan nyo na naman during that time when yung mga start pa, it's always there's this thing na parang naging comparison between me and Manny, and people would always talk about that. Pero you guys attended my workshop too. Pero there's no politics. There was doon pa lang kasi if you're really into that thing na loyal, mas close kay Manny, hindi na kayo dapat umaattend sa akin yung mga ganun, pero hindi. So that's the only thing that I could prove na wala talagang politika sa inyo. It's all about fun, learning, and that's it. Kaya wala kasi yun yung lalo na sila Lauren saka Sally, di ba?
In fact, when we invited di ba we invited the Indonesian photographer to come over to do a workshop, and then we did a shoot with Manny and the photographer also together. Parang fan shoot na lang yun.
Fan shoot, di ba? Kaya nga, it's nice na
Kenvin Pinardi.
Kaya ang galing. Kaya you guys, again, I have to emphasize for the people who's just watching right now, the reason why we're talking to the 5-star group is to know how they blend in, how they do things. For 10 years, they were friends. Until now, they're good friends. They're actually family now. So the only thing I want to clear out, para at least makita nyo, if you want to build a group, this would be a nice parang fundamentals na you should know.
Foundation, parang gano'n.
Foundation,
yung possible talaga yung doing your craft at the same time keeping the friendship is possible.
The thing, it's really challenging for you. Kaya ang hirap talaga yung how you maintain the camaraderie, because you guys are, again, sabi nga ni Manny, everyone is talented here. Everyone has a style. Hindi ba nagiging wala bang time na nagiging competitive, or the competitive is nagiging positive kasi you try to push each other na to the point na you produce better photos. Ganun ba nangyayari?
Wala. Kahit kailan di ako na-inggit dyan sa dalawa
You would, syempre, more or less, alam mo kung ano yung mga kasama mo, di ba? So what would happen is, you want to think to come up with something different, parang ganon. Para hindi
Saka
pareho.
one thing di ba, pag meron kaming nakukuhang idea, we share it with them eh. Oy, would you like to know, ito yung na-learn ko, gusto mo ba tong technique na to? Gusto mo ba to? I can give it to you. Di ba, remember, Coach, ganyan ka rin eh. Mga workshop na nakukuha mo sa other country, di ba, you share it with us naman. Ganon. Walang ano. Kasi yung approach mo talaga sa picture mo, it comes out by yung style mo, lalabas yan eh. Hindi magpapare-pareho. Kahit sabi mo yung technique pare-pareho, it will come out different talaga. Kasi iba-iba tayo. Mayroon tayong kanya-kanya. So when, bali mga picture namin, makita mo pala, alam mo na kay Laurel to. Alam mo na kay Tuchi.
Distinctive na yung mga work niyo.
Yes, oo. So walang
Mike, kay Sally.
Oo, alam na kaagad.
Yeah. Getting to learn the same technique.
Yung mga guys sa group namin, ang kikinis ng mga muka ng mga portraits nila. Ang kikinis talaga. Yung mga guys. Ang ganda mag-makeup nila. Si Irving. And Mike. Si Mike.
Yeah.
Pero Karu is part of the group too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Basically, Karu is the face of 5-star kung lumalabas kasi every time there's a 5-star shoot or a gathering or
Siya model, no?
Karu would be the face.
Alam
mo,
mo,
go ahead.
When we flew to Ilocos, si Karu bit namin. Saan pag natin? Ilocos? Bigan? Ilocos. Anyway, sa airport. And then the hotel was in Bigan. So, sa Ilocos kami. Sa airport. Pagdating namin doon, sabi ni Karu, so how are we going to Bigan? Sabi ko, 2 vans. Aba, sabi ko, 5-star to, no? Ganon.
Oo. 2 van tayo at that time. I remember,
akala niya magkukumute tayo or something.
Hindi ka namin kasama eh. In our van, sobrang gulo namin.
Ingay niyo, grabe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's there now.
Yun. Alright, so I think, Ma'am Sally,
okay na sila.
May fun ka yata dito. Na-miss ko tawa ni Ma'am Sally, nakaka-good vibes.
Si Franco.
Franco, more of Flores. Doc Franco said, na-miss ko tawa ni Ma'am Sally, nakaka-good vibes.
Hello.
Si Ninong Franco.
Who's the youngest sa group nyo? Who's the youngest member? I mean, youngest in terms of membership.
Miggy?
Pinaka-last? Yeah?
I think Miggy.
Newest. Okay. Pero so, tumatanggap pa rin kayo?
No, si Miggy was one of the
yeah.
first members din si Miggy.
Pero he was very young at that time. Mga 15, 17 pa lang siya noon at that time.
Hindi,
we haven't been shooting together for a long time kasi
Yan. I think Manny's video is here. Yeah, Manny, are you ready?
Okay, so I think we're ready.
Yeah. So you could play this. Maki, you could go in.
Go ahead. Sir Manny can play it.
I can play it.
Just play it.
So how do I play it?
Just play it as normal. There's a play button there.
The sunset too soon tonight. Now we are in the last of
That was
Very
nice.
Ayos.
That was good vibes.
Thanks, Manny.
Congratulations to the
Wow.
5-star group. Ang ganda ng concept na.
Ayos.
Sana maulit yung ganun.
Those kids aren't kids anymore.
Kasi sabi nyo, that was a shot 2000. You did that 2014.
2014.
So,
My kids are
laki
teenagers
na.
na. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
13
Alright.
years ago.
Thanks,
Nako.
Manny. That was nice.
That was good. Sana wag i-block ng
Yeah.
Facebook yung music, ha? Wag nyo.
Hindi yan. Kay Manny galing
Parc-
yan. Anyway.
Yeah.
May audio
Yes,
na ako.
Yeah.
Yes,
Meron na.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I think we have done a lot of trips abroad. We have workshops abroad. Pero I feel that when this group has this vision of coming up with something wherein we can return all the favors to the community, that's how parang uplifting yung feeling as someone who had been mentoring them. And as what Tuchi said, yung mga bata na yan, they're old. They're mga graduates na sila, mga
Lalaki na.
scholars. Yeah. And part of their growth, I hope they can look back to this experience na to give something to the less fortunate.
Yan. See? Pero, guys,
Yeah.
na-address na ba tong question from 903?
903.
Hindi
It's
pa,
just a
hindi
new. It's a
Hindi
new.
pa, hindi pa.
It's na. Alright.
Bago.
Let's siguro include na natin si Manny dito. This would be a nice topic. So let's start with Manny first. Manny, there's a question here. Maki, can you read it?
Alright, so this question is coming from Jet Acido, and he's asking, do you guys control your critics when it comes to constructive criticism sa photos nyo? Or do you go all in and be honest or blunt?
Ano to? As friends within the internal group?
Yeah, within the group.
I
Within
think
the
within the. So let's start with the mentor first. Do you criticize their work, Manny?
Yeah.
As
You do. Okay.
Part of my touching, I asked them to retouch their own photos.
Okay.
And then their own photos, not my photos, but their own photos. And then I critique each of their picture in general and the retouching also in particular. And kasi as a mentor, kasi I always have something good to say. Pero I still make it a point na I have to tell them, not bluntly, may mga caution yan,
Yes.
Caution. Okay? I have to tell them the things that they need to improve on, Pero as what I've told you, this group is so talented. And with the talent also comes parang may mga ego rin sila eh. May mga ego rin sila. That's why as a mentor, I have to be very, very careful about my words.
Yes.
Kasi I know for a fact na let's say si Sally, masyadong fantasy na yung work niya at times, At the end of the day, I think you have to appreciate the fact that she's exploring something different,
Something different.
So I try to, even if it's not to my liking, kunwari, I still have to say something good about it. Blunt, yes, maybe at times dinadaan namin sa biro yung mga bluntness namin.
Yeah.
Hindi na ako once I start saying something, a bit not good about someone else's picture, dadagdag na yan si Nonoy, dadagdag na yan si Tuchi, and then we make fun out of it.
May mga gato.
But it's very light. But it's very light-hearted, It's very light-hearted, and so I think you need to be blunt sometimes, but I think you have also to be aware na may mga individual differences in terms of artistry.
Okay,
Yun.
Manny, question. Where do you draw the line between being a mentor and being a friend in terms of criticism? Kasi yun nga, iba ang pagkikriticize as a mentor and being a friend. Being a friend, you could be blunt because you need to be true You need to be frank, diba?
Yeah.
So, where do you draw the line there? So,
You know what? I'm very thankful with this group kasi sa retouching namin, that's what I've said, no? Retouching, I always end my session with a critique, you know? Diyan kami nag-e-end talaga yung critiquing, you know? And I'm always very thankful with the group because they're so loud, they are so, you know, with us kasi wala nang inhibitions eh. We're so loud, but when I start talking about the critique, they keep quiet, you know? And they're listening, you know? So parang nasasabi ko humbled sa grupo na ito kasi at the end of the day, nakikinig pa rin sila sa akin, you know? At the end of the day, ako pa rin yung nagtuturo sa kanila. And maybe they... Yeah, kaya nga pinaputi ko na yung buhok ko eh. You know?
Pinanindigan ko naman.
So yung ano ko dyan is they are listening, you know. So who am I to scrap the critiquing on the last part? Kasi I wanted to be happy lang eh. Pero no, I want them to learn, you know, and they are always willing to learn and to listen. You know, nakikinig sila. Even si Nonoy na maboka, even si Sally na maboka, whenever si Sally, the more na maboka siya, the more that I lambast her work eh. You know, kasi pero nakikinig sila, you know, and that's a mark of actually when they listen.
Yeah. Yun ang good, diba? So, just because you're friends with your mentor doesn't mean that you don't take his or her criticisms lightly. Parang you give it credit na, yun nga, what Sir Manny has mentioned, it's a workshop and the goal there was to learn something new, something, you know, something fresh. So, just because he's friends with them doesn't mean na he'll let go of that, yung mentorship eh. Kasi importante nga naman na makapag-produce pa rin ng quality photos to maintain. Siyempre, it's the 5-star group, so hindi naman pwedeng left behind. Diba?
And you have to remember, you know, Sally has been there for 20 times, you know, Lauren has been there for more than 15 times. Tucci has been there for more than 15 times. Ano pa ba ang masasabi ko? You know, kasi they know already yung
the in and outs already. Yeah.
Right. But they still
listen. They still listen.
I think, you know what? I think it's also because they're very educated. They're very educated. Now they know when to talk and when to listen, you know.
And I think the main purpose of being there is to learn. So that's why they accept whatever is coming from you or whatever if it's a hard critic or wala they're there para to learn. Kaya accept whatever na kailangan para mag-grow sila. So balik putang ngayon tayo do sa tatlong estudyante ngayon. So so that's coming from your mentor, guys. But you as a member of the 5-star, do you
a friend
as
and
a friend,
friend.
do you criticize each other's work? And what's your limitation or you draw the line na wag muna or baka ma-offend or something like that? Kasi ang ganda ng topic kasi that's one thing na rin na pinag-aawayan madalas ng mga ibang magkakaibigan or na not because kaibigan kita, you could say that or baka dyan na-offend. So chances are, of course, napapansin niyo rin yung ibang work ng mga kasama niyo. Do you call out their yung mga ganun sa mga processing or whatever image nila? So let's go for Sally Lee first.
For me, napag-uusapan lang.
Okay.
Really critics our yung when I see a picture like Tuchi's uy, ganda ng work mo pero sana ganito, mas maganda may ganito. Next time try mo. That's how we we don't really criticize but suggest.
That's good.
Parang ganun.
It's more parang brainstorm, brainstorming lang
For me kasi style niya yan eh. So who can kumbaga comment on it na ba, style niya yan, gusto niya yung ganyan. So, suggest, probably gano'n.
Suggest
lang.
Okay.
Pero kung sasabihin mo, creepy, ay, ang pangit ng gawa mo.
Iba yun.
Okay. So that's Tita Sally, di ba? How about you, Tita Lauren?
I don't make it a habit of pointing out the bad stuff.
Okay.
Ang usual nangyayari sa akin is when I see something that I think is good, nagko-comment ako.
Okay. So it's not really pointing out yung what's wrong.
What I think is wrong. Kasi just like what Sally said, yun yung gusto niya eh. You know,
Yes.
who am I to say, ayoko yan, pangit naman yan, just because I don't like it. Parang ganun, hindi naman,
Okay.
ano yun.
And I think Manny also said na iba-iba nga yung taste, na it doesn't mean yung iba yung ginagawa niya, since iba rin yung taste ko, it doesn't mean mali yung ginagawa niya.
Correct.
It's like what Raymond Isaac said. Sabi niya, you're not, Sander Angeles. It was Sander Angeles who said, he said,
you're not right.
You're not right. I'm not wrong.
It's just we're different.
We're just different. So something like that, to that effect.
And syempre, we need to hear from Tita Tuchi. Tita Tuchi, how about you?
Well, so basically same, but I want to point out, Manny, in his critiques, is always very kind, always very tactful, but because I know him so well.
Okay.
I know when he's not excited about something. And that, you know,
it shows.
And
No?
I was like this. No. It's just that I know him kasi I know what he likes, and I know. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, there have been times kasi if you're new to the post processing, if you're new to the Photoshop, you get excited with all the bells and whistles that that Photoshop offers you. So there have been times, and I'm not talking about 5-star only. If you're a new student to his class, over, and he has really a very, very tactful way of saying, hold back ng konti. No one is ever hurt. Nobody is ever hurt in his class. Walang na-cry, walang na ano. And then amongst us also, it's more sharing of ideas. Kasi, like you said, different styles, different tastes. And I can't critique you for that. I mean, that's the way you want to do your work. I respect that. I totally respect that.
So you see? So it will work. So it works for, at least for this group, what they explained, that it's not really critiquing, but it's more of let's take the word from Tita Lauren. It's like parang brainstorming. You're highlighting what's good in the photo rather than pointing out what you might not like, because again, your personal preference doesn't really hold water when it comes to the artistry of the other person's work. Yes, go ahead, Sir Manny.
Yeah, and I also would like to mention walang mentor sa grupo namin kasi I also was at the receiving end of the critics,
really?
When they don't like when they don't like my work, they will tell me, they will tell me because they know that I am capable of doing something better, So so especially si Tuchi, especially si Sally. Especially si Tuchi. Tuchi would have a way of saying it. Si Sally, idadaan niya sa biro. Pero alam mo kung maganda sa paningin niya or hindi. Si Lauren is very quiet Lauren is very quiet. She's always in her own world. Pero si Lauren kasi is like a sponge. She absorbs very, very fast. She absorbs everything, and she absorbs very fast. And she knows also when she doesn't have to absorb something. She's very selective when it comes to that. So each of them has a personality, and I think part of my growth as a photographer, as a retoucher of photos, is also because my association with them has taught me what is essential in terms of art. Kasi these people are coming in with a lot
of ideas.
Also,
yes.
Yeah,
Wow,
like for example, and also I have to make it very very clear. They're not just attending a Manny Librodo workshop. They attend a lot of workshops from other people.
They do.
You know,
Yeah.
yes, and so they're coming back to my workshops with a lot of new ideas also.
New ideas.
And I like that. You know, I like that because it becomes a healthy discussion whenever they come back. You know, with ideas. For example, they even ask photographers from Indonesia to come over to the Philippines para
Yeah,
mag-workshop sa kanila.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
were talking
I
about
didn't-
that earlier. Yung nga yung
Yeah.
kwento nga. Kasi
Yeah,
the
yeah.
topic was, sabi ko nga, one thing I could prove that this group doesn't have any politics sa blood nila or running politics sa nila, mind nila. Why? Ito, kasi during the time we were active, really active, Manny, di ba? There's this competition, so-called competition na hindi naman natin kagagawan. But this like Lauren and Sally joined my workshop, pero sabi ko I knew that they came from you and I know na they're good friends with you, but they're there and they're just nice people and there's nothing about so it's about learning. Ang talagang purpose lang talaga, and sabi ko nga yun nga, it's not walang politika dito, so it's yun. So ang galing nga nung
diba? So you don't go to a workshop of another person
to compare
and make it parang, Sir Manny, bakit ganito yung turo mo? Ganito yung turo ni ganito. So you don't do that. You never do that. You're there to learn, di ba?
Yeah.
Yes, I am probably very proud sa grupo kasi they don't have that kind of attitude. They don't have that kind of attitude. Na they're always they're very educated, And whenever they come back to my workshop, for example, after attending your workshop, they have nothing bad to say about what they have attended.
Ako yung nasa
I don't
pressure.
ask,
Ako
because it's
nasa akin yung
proper,
pressure noon. Sa akin yung pressure noon kasi galing sa iyo tapos sa akin pumunta, sabi ko, ano ituturo ko dito sa mga to? Pero ito na, one thing, sabi ba nga Manny, when you have Lauren, Sally during the workshop, it's fun to have them, life is easier with them pagdating sa shoot. Why? Wala na akong gagawin pa post kasi they're the one who's creating the post for the models at saka yung the concept for, if you have that, salang nila kasi they're, again, balik tayo doon sa talent nila, they're really good in terms of concept making. They have different interpretation of the shoot itself. So you also learn from them. So I totally agree with you that. Tapos, one thing na na-mention ka nga na they could critic you. Sometimes you're on the receiving end too. I think I could relate because if you're with good friends, you put your guard down and you accept they're friends already and they could talk to you as parang normal people. We're just normal people for them kasi it's different from people who we know na, let's say student, they would talk to us with parang kasi you're Manny Librodo, syempre matatakot sila magsabi. Pero these are friends who are just telling you the truth na may nakita sila. So okay lang sarap na rin ng ganun na you hear something that from other people na yung mga totoo kaibigan, hindi yung mga iba yung critic. Critic sagad sa buto magano yun Yeah.
And it's not just about my work, but it's also about me as a person. They also critique me as a person, how I handle myself in the workshop, how I handle myself with a certain question from other people, from other people in the workshop. They give me critiques, and I'm very lucky because these people, Lauren, Sally, and TUCHI. That's what I've said. They're not just photographers. They're managers of their own companies.
Yeah.
See?
More life experiences than I do have, So, kumbaga, mas marami silang alam na people skills kesa sa akin. Kasi yung pagtuturo Parc sa workshop, it's not just about sharing your knowledge. It's also about dealing with many personalities.
Personalities.
And I got a lot. I got a lot of knowledge from them on how to deal with different personalities because on our normal conversations, not workshop conversations, we talk about life in general.
Oh, you see? So guys, so they take it from the 5-star group.
Yeah,
That's just a workshop.
It's actually interesting.
Invite ka.
Hindi, ito ulit. Yeah, sige, Rhea, nagpapa-invite ka, no?
And it's very interesting lang kasi na with that brainstorming, with the sharing, and with the years that we've been together, did it come to the point wherein you've come to that realization that you were able to replicate each other, that you're able to see
Yeah.
yourself to each other.
Hindi.
No.
Okay. So you retained.
We're
You
so
retained your
different.
personalities.
Wala na kasi sabi nga nila from the start, the purpose of the group was not to we need different personality, different approach. Iba-ibang ano nila eh.
That's
Hindi nga
nice.
you're not molding one group na parang
Tuchi,
parang puro mini me kayo, 'di ba? Parang ito duplicate. No, iba 'yo. Kulto 'yon. Cult 'yon. So yes, Manny, you want to say something?
Tuchi first. Tuchi first.
Okay, Tuchi, yeah.
Tuchi, yeah.
The way I see the group, we all started out with Manny. We all started out with an admiration for Manny and his work, and that brought us together. But now I think we're at very different points in our artistic careers. That yeah, I mean, so it's not the photography that holds us together. It's beyond na talaga. It's friendship.
Yon.
Nice.
Yes, go ahead, Manny.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it's the opposite. Instead of replicating each other, instead of copying each other, I think we make it an effort to be different from each other. And I think that's the beauty of friendship in art, because you discover that, oh, this is my style. Oh, I'm good in painting, sa case ni Lauren. Or Tuchi would say, oh, ito pala yung passion ko, yung digital art.
Yes.
I don't know about Sally kung ano yung passion niya.
Si Sally sa si Manny is like me and Romel kung paano maglokohan. Sila Manny, pabalik natin sa makibalik mo ako sa route ng question. Manny, who's your I don't want to put you on the spot, but who would be the closest person sa group? So, you could call a sister or talagang para kapatid.
Yeah.
So,
well, initially Lauren was the closest to me, pero many things came, madaming nangyari, so eventually
natawa iba yung tawa ni Sally.
Yung tawa ni Sally.
Ayaw ko na alam, hindi ko aalamin pero
yeah, so it's not a perfect family,
Yes.
Pero,
there's no such thing as a perfect family, di
Yeah.
ba?
Yeah.
So eventually, I got very close kay Tuchi kasi she me in many of my workshops nawala yung 5-star, and the eyeglasses I'm wearing right now is from Tuchi, so it's now, yeah. So she's actually not just a friend in art, but she's also a friend, Pero
marami kaming secrets.
Okay,
marami kaming secrets.
Keep it as a
secret. Everyone has a secret.
And I think I have to mention this in here. I think a big part of our 5-star also as a family is si Karu. I think Karu
we're talking about Karu sabi ka.
Is a big okay.
So sabi ko nga, Karu is actually part of 5-star, right? And she's the face of 5-star kasi most of the time, whenever you go out of the country, Karu would be the model, right? So that's sayang nga. When you mentioned that you want to invite Karu, sabi ko, that would be nice. I never had that talk with Karu, so I don't know the personality of Karu. I never had the chance to hear Karu, so wala talagang idea who Karu is. So, but I know she's one.
Suggestion ko, Parc, you need to have a one-on-one talk with Karu. Na siya lang. Yeah, because she has plenty of things to talk about. Yeah, because she has plenty of things to talk about modeling, about styling, about makeup, and about dealing with people like us,
Doon sa isang show. Doon sa isang
Yeah.
show. So
Siya lang, I think.
Saka wala pa kami perspective ng model itself. Yung mismo mod. It's puro photographer, right?
Right.
Oh, di ba?
Platform like this yet. So
Sige. I'll be needing your help there.
Guest co-host, no?
baka mag-PM
You
ako
can-
sa akin, mahuyo ako doon. Huyo.
you can ask Tucci also to help you.
All right.
Oh,
Ma'am Tucci, I'll be asking for your help. I'll be interviewing Karu in the future. It's a profiling, so it's more of knowing the artist. So Manny was a guest already there. I got to know Manny as a good person, lalo naka-impress. So I'll be doing, maganda nga yun. Romel, write that down. Meron tayong bago project.
Ay, dapat mali pala yung in-address ni Sir Manny. Dapat pala ni si Parc, si Boss Romel nga pala ang nagde-decide kung sino ang ilalagay sa kabilang show.
Remember ang sweldo ko at saka si Boss. It looks like that. He owns the group.
Hindi naman po. Hindi po.
Okay,
totoo
Romel,
yun.
Maki, let's go back to the main question a while ago.
All right. So yun nga, so earlier before Sir Manny and I had to go and fix something, so we were discussing nga, so first natakal na natin na how the 5-star group was formed, who conceptualized the name, let's put it the screening process, and then yung dynamics within the group. Now let's go for healthy competitions. Do you hold like so within this is just within the group, do you hold like healthy competition, like say for example one concept you apply it on your artistic side? Say for example if you have Tita Tucci doing the digital
I think I've already asked that question during the time na nag-ice
nawala
cream
kami.
Sir
Ganon?
Manny.
Ay, okay. Makainis ka.
Sorry. I didn't know that
Okay.
that's you'll be asking that.
Hindi, so
Wala naman
what was
tayong
the answer?
script,
So what was the answer kanina? Did they have? Nagkaroon nga?
No, it's
Not
basically
really.
they have their own style. They do push each other's pero it's more of a competitive thing na I'll do better.
Okay.
No, para mag nakita.
So,
Pero
Manny would give us like impromptu, you'd give us impromptu competition. I can think of one. When we were in Macau, and then it was Karu, and who was that guy? One of the photographers, Joao.
Yeah, Joao.
You gave us you gave us impromptu, competition. He never made me win, and I think it's because
And
hindi ako, yun lang ang importante. Hindi ako yun.
Hindi din ako Parang hindi
once binigay ni Manny one of his pictures to us for us to post-process.
Okay.
Diba?
Oh, that's gonna be a little bit pressure, sobra pressure yun.
You didn't make me win that one too, Manny.
Is there, so may expectation. Okay. Question lang yun. Since Manny gave you a photo to process, Manny, there's an expectation, I guess, whenever you give, may certain expectation or level of expectation whenever you give your work to them to play around. Wala. Or parang surprise me.
Surprise me, and I want to see you, not me, in how you're going to touch the
difference.
Okay. Kasi I know Lauren will make it a high key, Sally will make it a fantasy kind of.
Gusto mo makita mo yung interpretation nila ng photo mo on high key.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And I also would like to bring up sa grupo. Remember guys, yung nangyari sa atin sa Myanmar.
Alin doon? Maraming
yung French photographer.
Oo.
Yung French photographer
incident.
May incident na nangyari.
It shows also how we are willing to fight for any member of us na being trampled upon by especially the foreign photographer.
I don't wanna be on the receiving end naman knowing this mga to.
Ay, talaga. We have the last say. Tucci has the last say.
Kwento mo.
Kawawang nila lang yun.
Kwento mo, Tucci.
What happened, Tucci?
You know what? I don't remember. Who was the one
Lauren.
taking the picture? We
are all taking the picture.
Monks. Yeah, go ahead. Sige, we'll We'll fill in money.
Yeah, kasi tayo when we take portraits, we want to be really, really close to our subjects, right?
Yeah.
So we were shooting this monk, very, very nice light, and our cameras are all on the face of the monk,
Yeah.
And then what did the French woman say? Tuchi, sabihin mo. Oh my
I don't
God!
remember it. Parang, oh my God, they're exploiting the monks. And
Oh. What
You're treating him like an animal, That's the
Yeah.
word. You're treating him like an animal,
Nice choice of words. Okay.
And no, she wasn't a photographer. She was parang turista lang sila eh. They were just regular tourists. And then they were saying, you were treating them like animals. And syempre, we got upset kasi.
Yeah, kasi that was not your that wasn't your intention, di ba? Oo.
So,
Saka may permission tayo. May permission tayo to shoot the monks actually. So,
That was inside the
actually
temple
malayo
then.
ako nun eh. Malayo ako sa inyo yun eh. So, hindi ko masyado alam yung nangyari. But I remember is you were saying, didn't you know that we're from what magazine is that? Remember, Manny? You mentioned
National Geographic. It's National Geographic. Don't you know it's National Geographic?
Oh.
But we were really quite upset because they, as tourists, were doing. I mean, they were kind of exploitative din naman in the. They were doing some activity I don't remember na eh. Tanda. Matagal na kasi. Anyway, ayun. Basta we stood up for our rights.
You were able to fix it, I guess. Or
immediately yun, malamang.
I think they apologized eh. I think they apologized because they were with a di ba? They were with a guide and then they kind of toned down their
Okay.
Naggalit yung yung mga kasama ng Myanmar photographer, di ba? Sabi niya, why did you say that we're exploiting these monks? We asked them permission to be shot by us. And then, didn't you know that we're from National Geographic or UNICEF? We're sending these pictures to that magazine. Remember that? I remember them saying that. Tanga na lang yung babae. Ganun na lang talaga.
Kung nataon pala may dala ka pang National Geographic, no, baka naitampal mo pa yun. Hindi mo ba ako kilala?
Almost.
So, that was the fun
I was taken aback by the word na ginamit niya na you're treating him like
an animal.
You're treating him like an animal, like, oh my God, wow. Don't you know that these are the same people who did a workshop in the Philippines na for the kids, with cancer, Parang ganun, parang wow. How could you pass such a judgment to us
like that,
because
because you assume na ganun ang treatment na you didn't even know the real backstory why we're doing this. So that's
but I think the group is very, very good. Yung 5-star group is a very, very good group of people. I think we're attracting good vibes anywhere we go. Like for example, things are just so easy. Like that Myanmar trip, for example, yung host namin sa Myanmar. And also, he took care of us. So even dealing with those tourists, he was also very, very good to us. And whenever we go someplace like sa Ilocos, we always have good experiences because we are actually kind of like attracting good vibes. Kasi these people are so good, yung 5-star, So ang gaan sa.
They're a fun group, brother. Yun yung they're a fun group. And Manny, I would say that you're lucky, dito. I would probably say that you really feel protected with these people around you. Yun lang masasabi ko. That's the right word. You feel protected here dahil ito yung mga friends na not gonna leave you hanging kung something goes on. Now, Tuchi, Lauren, and Sally, for the past 10 years, you've been with the group. what would be your parang naging growth mo dito as a person? Will you learn something? You learned
May
something? Yeah.
may
Yeah.
may sasabihin yata si Ma'am Sally kanina, nag-raise siya ng hand. Ma'am Sally,
Yeah,
sige
yeah.
po.
Yeah.
Pwede din daw, pwede din dito, no?
Yeah.
Kasi yung growth ko from the, joining this
Mm.
group, actually, what I've learned from Manny, talagang there's no time talaga na sasayangin mo. Like, I remember going to Myanmar sa rice field. They saw nice light and then mga bata ba yun? Tumalon ba naman si Manny? Punta kami ng rice field.
Wow.
Tapos pupunta kami sa rice field na gano'n. Tapos
May linta, may linta.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Kahit sino tatalon doon. Ayaw niya.
Dahil lang sa kanya, may nakuha siyang shot na maganda. So, nagtalunan din kami. Hindi pwedeng siya lang meron nun. Dapat meron din kami niya. So, mas na may linta yan, talon kami. So, for me, what I've learned from it, yung talagang do not waste any time. Talagang pag nandyan yung magandang spot,
Opportunity.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Opportunity mo na yan. So, hindi mo na-learn ko. Talagang wala akong sasayang. Kaya nga minsan, landscape, you have to wake up in the morning na 4 o'clock, wake up ka na. I do that na rin. Ayokong maunahan ng katamaran. Ayoko.
Value production po tayo.
Side comment.
Di ba? Remember TUCHI?
Which one?
New Zealand. Wake up in the morning and I forgot all my camera bags.
I know.
Oh no!
Yun lang po, yun lang.
Ano ginawa mo nun, Sally, when you forgot everything?
Wala, laging taga-bit-bit na lang ako ng bag ni
Spectator ka na lang.
Malamang igit na igit yung si Tita Sally nun.
Sally's the best. Sally's the best kasama sa Yan si Sally, wala akong naging problema ever in all my experiences with her. It's always lighthearted, tawa lang ng tawa. Pag may problema, pagtatawanan lang namin. It's been great. Di ba?
Sana all po, ganun. Sana all po.
Si Romel, yun nga eh. It's fun to nakita mo, Romel.
Yeah.
If you were able to hear earlier yung mga sinasabi, you would really love the group na how you wish every group is like this. I know it's not, sabi nga, you guys mentioned na it's not a perfect group. But you guys, tama nga eh. It was perfect that you guys are the one I invited for the kickoff ng mga group interview to show what is a group. And this is ito yung sample nga. I guess the whole group would agree na tama eh, na kayo eh. Walang iba eh. Hindi ko pa pwede kasi you have your own way of doing it, dealing with it. With talaga. Kasi with your personalities, again, different personalities na nag-jive pa kayo, iba eh, na I would probably say Manny would be the glue, not just Lauren. Manny was the glue for the group. Kasi siya yung pinaka-common ground eh. He was the... Yeah, diba? Siya yung Kasi siya yung pinaka-common thing nyo. Why lahat kayo from MJ's Y and which is style rin ni Kilmani. So para-pareho ang galing ng So Gamwarts, you have any question for them? I know you have lots of questions regarding groups. So bring it on, brother. Huwag ka na mahiya.
For now, Papi, wala pa akong maisip
Ayaw
kasi
talaga.
na-answer mo nila lahat eh.
alam ko yung feeling. Sabi ko, because guys, Gamarts is from Taiwan. Then Taiwan is a very diverse, in terms of Filipino community, puro photography. Halos maraming photographer there, pero they have different groups. Yun nga. So, most of the people who's watching are from Taiwan too, so they get ideas how grouping works. So yun nga So Maki, welcome back. So,
Parang
yeah,
ako lang ba yung na-disconnect at nawala?
Yes,
ikaw
yes,
lang.
ikaw lang.
Yes,
Kaya
ikaw lang.
kaya ang tigas ng pagkasabi, welcome back.
Thank you, Meralco. Thank you, PLDT. Sabay kayo nawala eh.
Alright.
Parang ako yung mayroong issue dapat, pero ba't ikaw yung na-disconnect?
So, Maki, I know
Anyway.
meron kang dyan, crush for. And
Yes,
don't
yes.
worry, guys. You're almost there. 40 minutes more, and I'll leave. And again, in advance, Miss Tuchi, thank you very much for staying.
Oh, yeah.
Staying more
Yes,
than
thank you.
maraming salamat.
How can I leave? How can I leave? It's been so
I told you.
interesting.
Sabi ko
Diba?
na, kasi it's not about a boring photography. Kasi we've been doing photography all the time. Ba't naman natin pag-uusapan ng photography? We're gonna talk about this thing. So it's interesting to bring up things like this. Okay, Maki, go.
Hindi, ako naman, let's try to make this one a little bit sideline muna konti. So, earlier kasi we were mentioning like who's the leader or who organizes this stuff. So now let's go to the different personalities of the 5-star group. So, actually kanina meron
pwede ako mag-una. Who's
Sige.
Who's the kumbaga, this is the 7 dwarfs, di ba? Iba-iba. You have the sleep, the one, the lazy,
Sleeping
grumpy.
Beauty si Sally.
Sleeping Beauty is Sally. Okay. Mahilig matulog.
Grumpy Sally tayo. Okay.
Siya ba siya yung tipo sa grupo pag nahanginan lang ng kote o had an open nasandal na tulog na agad. Okay. We have that too. We have that in the group too. Na nahanginan lang.
Alright.
Sino ang tampuhin?
Lauren.
Okay.
That's different. Hindi
Huwag
ko
gugutumin
expect
talaga.
Nagutumin tampuhin.
Pero wait, tampuhin si Lauren, pero ano naman, the next day, wala na.
Yeah.
Alam mo, lambing mo lang siya.
Question lang. Yung tampuhin niya, walk out or tahimik lang?
Walk out.
Walk out.
Walk out.
Alam mo agad, dito.
Alright.
We love you, Lauren. We love you.
I know.
Alam naman niya yan.
Siguro hindi. So for 10 years, sanay na kayo pag nag-walk out. Okay lang yan. Tomorrow, she'll be okay.
Alam mo ba, dahil niya sa katampuhin nga niya yung ganyan, lagi natatalo sa Tuchi, lagi siya nagtitrip sa spiral, sa buffet.
Wait, so yun po yung na-mention kanina
yung nga, babalik ako rin. So Sally, earlier, wala pa sila Manny, wala pa yata sila Tuchi. You mentioned that hindi ka, kuminsan, nagkaka-apikunan, nagkakainisan, pero hindi, you end up, iba ang nagiging competition niya. Pustahan ng term mo. What do you mean by pustahan? Yeah.
Marami kasing incident yan si Lauren, nagtatampo yan. At
Talaga si Lauren talaga. Si Lauren talaga,
Siya talaga star talaga ng 5 stars si Lauren talaga. So, started yan nung what's this?
Ilocos.
No. Ilocos. At that time, sa Ilocos, nagtampo na yan. Lalayas na yan, sasakay na ng eroplano, iiwan na niya kami. Remember, Manny? Sino inawan niya, Manny? Kanino siya nagtampo, Manny?
Nilalagdat.
Nilalagdat ako noon, ha?
Oo.
Ha?
Di ba nagtampo yan? Alam mo saan siya nagtampo, Parc? Sa 75 millimeter na lens, di ba? 85. Dahil lahat sila 85, wala siyang dalang 85, what lens?
No.
Kailangan lumapit.
2470. Dapat malapit siya. Lahat sila naka-85. So,
85
pinalalaya siya sa harapan. Lumaya na siya. Nagtampo na siya. Lumaya na siya. Yun.
But again, sabi nga, in Tita Lawrence defense, sabi niya, nilalagnat siya. Okay.
Nilalagdat ako.
Yun. And then after that, so nakilala na namin siya na medyo ganun siya. So lahat ng travel namin, lagi siya may kuliling. Ganon siya. So,
She's an remember, she's an artist. An artist is unpredictable.
Yes.
So that is
That's why-
justifiable. Trust me.
Yes!
and,
So
ano
yun
din,
yung pinagpupustahan.
Only Sally can get away with talking about Lauren this way.
Lauren.
I wouldn't
You would
even
not
dare.
dare.
But Sally, because Sally na is Sally, she gets away with that because wala man siya talaga.
Yes.
You know how I wish the whole group is here because I think mas nakakatawa ang pag-uusapan dito.
Naglagan portion.
Mike is our technical guy eh. Every time meron tayong technical Mike is our go-to guy and ay nako, he's just the best.
Yeah. All right.
Noy. Everyone's masaya.
So we
Yeah.
have the
Go ahead.
we have the sleepy dwarf, so si Tita Sally. We have
the
grumpy.
the grumpy and the walkout.
Sandali.
Okay.
You haven't heard about the the pustahan di ba?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
About the bet. Yeah.
Si Lauren na pinupusta namin. So, every time we travel, we ask, iinit ba ang ulo ni Lauren?
There's a bet. May
So,
bet lagi
Pipipin namin.
Si Tuchi, sabi niya, iinit ang ulo niyan. Sabi ko, hindi yan iinit. Lalo na, remember we went to Bali? Bali is that Bali? Oh, yeah. So, hindi, di andun din si Mike. Alam mo din mama si Mike, ang hilig-hilig din sa buffet. So, sabi ni mo, sige, Mike, tayong dalawa mag-coordinate tayo, ha? Ala, nagugutom na naman si Lauren, sabi niya. Hindi pa ba tayo aalis? Nagugutom na ako, breakfast na dapat tayo, hindi pa ba darating yung sundo? Ala, umiinit na yung ulit. Ang ginawa namin ni Mike, Lauren, come here, may magandang spot dito. Dali, picture tayo. Ganyan. Ayan. Tuchi bet for maiinit ang ulo. Kaming dalawa, sabi namin, hindi iinit na. So, umuwi kami ng Manila na nagpakain ng spiral si Tuchi. We won. Ganun lang yan.
Baki,
So, guys,
alam na natin gagawin
na.
natin. Baki, meron tayong pustahan. Alam na.
Alam ko
And
na.
Oo.
Hindi alam ni Lauren yung kumakain kami sa spiral kung bakit nagtitreat si Tuchi ng spiral.
Hindi niya alam, right?
yun.
Hindi niya alam.
Okay.
Pero again,
Di ba yan yung yung kumakanta tayo?
Hindi. Iba pa yun.
Di ba pa yun?
Hindi.
Nakakalibre pala kami nila.
No, yung kumakanta.
Kantahan na.
oo. Mukhang
Okay,
mga Ilonggo magaling rin kumanta. So mapuputa kay Manny to.
Thank you, Manny. So before you guys continue with your story, I just have to give a great shout out to Sir Raymond Isaac. Hello, good evening. Thank you
Raymond
for dropping by
Isaac.
to the show.
Hello
Yun.
guys. Sali ako sa travel trips nyo.
Oh, di ba? Sino nga nagbibigay ng invite, ng secret invite? Si Sir Manny na nagsasuggest.
Raymond, I'll focus on the person who ask permission.
Ayan.
Tita Lauren
He's the
po ang
big boss.
sorting hat.
Tita Lauren.
Yes. So, go ahead with the story. So, yung yung story ng after yung treat dun sa spiral. So ever since ganun na po yung nangyayari na nagkakaroon talaga ng bet.
Ang ganda ng pustahan nyo. Manny, you're aware of this bet all the time or hindi? Ngayon mo lang
No,
this the first
I think this happens sa mga latter part na ng mga trips nila nung wala na ako.
Pero you do notice yung mga tampuhan na yon. Napapansin mo sila na gano'n, yung mga walkout.
Oh yeah.
How do you handle? Okay, kasi kahit anong. So how do you handle that if you see them?
Usually ako yung source ng tampo, so
pala.
I think the way how do I handle them?
Kasi kahit hindi can't deny it that they would still listen to you. You're the final word di ba?
Right. Kasi alam ko at the end of the day, kilala ko sila eh. Hindi ako takot na magtampo si Sally, hindi ako takot na magtampo si Tuchi. Takot ako na magtampo si Lauren.
Talaga si Lauren Talaga si Loren.
Lahat kami takot pag nagtatampo si Loren.
In defense ni Loren, sasabi ko sa'yo, simula nung nakilala ko si Loren until tonight, Loren is one of the nicest. I'm not saying she's not nice, but I know her as Loren na, alam mo yun, hindi makabasag pinggan, hindi nagagalit. Ganun ang tingin ko sa'yo, Loren. Honestly, yun ang tingin ko sa'yo. So, that's Loren I know.
Pero nabaliktad ba kayo? Nabaliktad
that was few hours ago. I know. So,
ano lang siguro, ako, the way I see it, no, she's the nicest person. Yes, she is the nicest person.
Yeah.
Kaya lang, I think sa 5-star na grupo kasi she's so at home with the group. And I think she's so passionate about the group also. Kasi I think she makes the group work it. You know, when I say she makes the group work, what I mean is that she's the brain behind the 5-star group, you know, in most of the outings that we have, you know.
Yes.
So I think kumbaga yung investment niya sa grupo is so huge in terms of passion, in terms of emotion. So natural lang na magtampo siya. You know, natural lang na magtampo siya.
Malaki, kumbaga baby niya, creation niya to eh. So basically, tama. Tama naman.
Tapos yung mga trip namin.
Bawi si Sir Manny, no? Bawi.
Tapos yung mga trips namin, planado yan from 0 to 10, you know? Planado yan, you know? So you would notice talaga na, wow, you know, very meticulous siya. So if something goes wrong, like for example, bakit siya na konti lang naman yung favor niya na gusto niya lang naman sa harap siya after, you know, organizing everything for us, you know. Tapos pinagkait pa namin sa kanya. So natural lang na magtampo siya. Pero
she's the protective mother ng grupo.
Oh, yeah, that's how I call her. She is the mother of the group.
Oh, she's the protective mother ng grupo.
Yeah.
And all the while I thought it was Sally. I thought it was Sally.
Si Sally yung prodigal. Yung prodigal.
Ano prodigal?
Siya yung siya yung magulo.
Si Tita Sally pa pala.
Oh, Sally.
Ako lang ang
Anyway,
paano
Miss
yan.
Lauren, there's a message here addressed for you. I think you have to bring this guy along. One of the talented guy in the industry. Ayan,
Siyempre, yes, no?
Of course. Si Lauren ang bahala. Si Lauren bahala.
Oh, guys. If Raymond would be added to 5-star, it's gonna be one heck of a group na napakagulo nyo na. Ang gulo nyo na talaga. Ang saya, tas very creative team. Personality-wise.
And then, okay. So, sa 5-star group, since so you have the Grumpy, the Sleepy.
So, I would probably just, ayoko na hulaan eh. Ms. Tuchi, so what's your role? What's your main role sa grupo?
Queen namin
Are you
yan,
the shoulder to cry? Are you the shoulder to cry on?
No, din.
No.
You know what?
Siya ang Miss Universe namin. I don't do
Miss
that.
Universe.
I don't like that. It's so dirty.
The Miss Universe.
Pero pupunta pa rin siya. Like sa Myanmar, di ba, when you go to a temple, nakapaa lang, you cannot wear your slippers. Nagpapaayan. Oh, maski na hindi yan.
Okay.
Marunong din naman niya. Pero, I don't want to wake up in the morning so early. Ganyan na.
Kuha pa ni Ma'am Sally yung
Hindi na ako magko-comment, mga babalik sa akin eh. May similarities kami niya doon.
May karga-kargang camera tumili crossing two boats in Myanmar.
Early morning. Oh, but you know what, Tuch? On the hindsight, I've been back to that place, yung sa Myanmar. That was in Mandalay. Tuchi, grabe pala yung kadelikado yung place na yun. Ang daming pinapatay. Yeah, but we were there so early in the morning, walang takot. You know, pinipicture natin yung mga taong natutulog. My God, those people are drug addicts, you know?
Oh my God.
Kasi when I went back there, sabi ko, I wanna go back to this place. Tapos pinakita ko yung mga picture. Tapos tumaas yung kilay ng taga doon. Sabi niya, you've been to that place? Oh my God! You know, we try to avoid that place. You know, because it's grabe yun. Grabe talaga yun daw, delikado. Kasi daming mga drug addicts, daming mga hard killers. Pero, okay, this is what we're going to tell you about, you know. Kasi when we were there in Mandalay, wala na kaming gagawin you know. So we look at each other, why don't we go out early in the morning, you know? Yun ang pinakamalapit sa hotel namin. So we went there, you know. This is what I'm trying to say. Mabuti rin na hindi natin alam yung mga do's and don'ts sometimes kasi hindi tayo inhibited when it comes to taking photos, you know.
It's better
Kasi
not to know.
Right. You know, doon mo rin makikita na nung sinabi ko, okay, alis tayo, punta tayo doon early in the morning. Everyone was sleeping, you know. We were already there. Sama lahat ng mga 5-star, you know. And these people are, kung kinidnap sila, my God, million yung ipapakain.
Trending kayo nun.
Ay, Parc, may isa pang trending. Ano yung bridge niya, yung mahabang-mahaba doon sa river nila?
Oh, yeah.
Ano may nahulog? Ano naman sabihin nyo, may nagkalo?
Hindi, yung
nasunog.
Nasunog?
Ano na yun Ano na yun? Historical, ano na ba yun? Parang pinaka-tourist spot na yan. Oo, nakahoy siya and very, very long. Bali, for pedestrian lang yan no? You cannot bring car or any. Yan, nandun sila, kwentuhan sila, kasama nila yung mga taga-Myanmar photographer, yosi-yosi sila. Ang lutong na nung kahoy nun kasi lumang-luma na Ayan, nagtapo na si Garilyong, ganyan. Ayan, tumindi. Umapoy ka mo. Hindi mawawala yung tulay dahil sa kanila. Yan. Manny, wala kami doon Ikaw lang na nandoon kami sa bangka di ba Manny, remember? Yeah. Hindi niya na matandaan, no?
and remember ko rin, naghahang
na siya. Sige. Just Manny, just close the browser then load it again. So, okay, sure. So, again, ayun. There's one question here habang naglo-load si Manny. This is for you three. Question, favorite food ng 5-star? Wow, talagang ngayon tinatanong.
Mukhang maghahanda si Franco mukhang maghahanda no?
Mukhang magpapa-invite si Franco, no?
Hindi, yung sinabi para spiral pag spiral, hindi na alam mo na so okay na. Kailan tayo magpupusta na spiral? Ako, I want that bet.
Wala na, ayaw ko, talo ako parati.
Ma'am, meron tayong ipupusta. Siguradong panalo ka. Mamaya, pupustahan lang natin. Alam ni Maki, sure win to kahit basta mag-bet. Maya, ikaw bebet ka rin. Anyway, so what's your favorite food? Lauren, your favorite food?
Yeah, siguro as a group, parang ito yung we need to have this in one of our outings or something and in a travel.
Ano yung trademark ng group?
Trademark?
Well, lately, yung mga siomay ni Sally.
Yeah.
Guys,
thank you, Tita Sally.
Huwag ka mag-thank you. Kami lang panadalan So, kami ganito, magtrabaho ka muna pag mga sa sponsor. Ikaw magbabasa ng mga sponsor natin next week.
If you want to be in.
So, siomay ni Sally. Franco, the answer would be siomay ni Sally.
Sinji dim sum.
Actually, marami na. Not only the siomay, there's a lot of Di ba, no? Tuchi. Tuchi is my
favorite. Yeah, every Monday we order from Sinji sa office.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's not good for Manny. Manny is not here in Manila to enjoy the food. That's unfair. That's unfair for him. Don't do that. Hindi ka makauwi. Pareho ka sila ni Rachel Laba. Rachel Labaco can't even kausap rin namin, hindi rin makauwi. I think the same place rin with Manny.
In Bangkok also, yes.
Oh.
But hindi
yeah,
kayo mag-shoot ni Rachel.
Tapos na. We did.
Nag-shoot.
They did. Sila
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. So yun, meron na tayo. But who's the kumbaga sino yung among the group who decides where to eat? Parang ganyan. And during in your travels every time, sino yung magde-decide na here's where we will go to eat? Or is it parang spontaneous?
Basta malapit lang. Oo.
Basta malapit lang. Okay.
Basta malapit lang
question
sa
ngayon,
namin. Kasi hindi
so
pwede
we know-
kukunin si Lauren.
Yun lang, yun. So we know Lauren, we know Sally, Tucci. Si Manny ang main, I would let the three describe Manny. Ano yung pinaka-role ni Manny dito? Kasi, we're getting the profile nito tatlo. Lauren, describe Manny sa role niya sa group or quirks of Manny.
Pwedeng mag-out muna.
Yung 5-star group has become my good friends na for the past 10 years. And I knew them because of Manny. So parang after all these years, after everything that we've been through, ganyan, parang hindi ko talaga pwedeng talikuran din si Manny. It's because my good friends, I know them because of Manny also.
Oh, Manny.
Okay.
Siya
So
nga,
parang
tama nga sinabi
siya.
ko, siya nga yung glue eh. Manny said it was Lauren, but it was Manny. It was Manny after all. You're the one who's, you're the glue.
Yeah. So,
How about Sally? How
Hindi,
about you?
ilas mo si Tita Sally kasi si Tita
sige.
Sally yung mas
maganda
outspoken
ba?
yan
nga pala, maganda nga pala. May maganda ba sasabi pala? Huligan natin siya.
Sige. Tita Tucci.
Tita.
Well, message muna from my mommy. Sabi ng mommy ko, gwapo si Manny.
Wow!
Miss Tucci, I'll zoom in on Manny para mas makita naman.
Araw-araw nag-exercise.
Sabi ng mommy, single ba si Manny?
Oh! Yes!
Tucci!
Anyway, I love you.
Anyway. It's again, Ma'am Tucci. Before you answer, I want to say thank you again for staying beyond 9 o'clock that you were supposed to be. Someone's enjoying.
Yes.
Nag-enjoy siya.
Yeah. Thank you again. Now, continue, Ma'am Tucci.
Well, he's just evolved to be a good friend who I know I can say anything to without being judged. And for me, that's most important of all.
Yes. Oh, you see? So these are the dynamics na nakikita natin here on the
walang
show.
Walang pikon sa kanila. Basically, yun eh. I think that's a key. Ayoko. Ikaw naman, pinunta ko sa iniiwas ko lang. I was trying to...
Hindi, ibig sabihin, parang not pikon na pa-personalin yung mga bagay. Parang yun nga, you got mad this day, the next day, it's okay. Parang ganun lang.
It's nothing. It's not personal. They don't take.
Yes.
Di ba? Yun yung Romel, learn from that. Learn from that.
And syempre, so thank you for that answer, Tita Tucci. No, syempre, ito na.
Ito. Get ready, Manny. And this is Sally now.
Go ahead, Sally.
Mabait ako Manny. Mabait ako. That's why we call him Lolo eh. Yan ang lolo ko. So, love na love yan. Roommate ko yan, di ba? Roommate ko yan. Oh, enjoy. I mean, for me, Manny is not only a friend. It's not only a mentor, a friend talaga. Good friend talaga. Walang kemehan. Kulang na lang natin, hindi pa tayo naglalaban, badminton natin. Up to now.
Oo nga.
Wala pa tayong
Parang match up between Sally and Manny. Ganun, match up talaga.
Lagi kami nagyaya na lalaban ng badminton. Wala, hindi namin natutuloy.
Isi-zero ko yan si Sally.
Oh, wow!
Ang hinamon.
Ayun, pwede tayo mag-bet.
Tira mo ng smash. Smash?
By the way,
tumalo ng smash.
Yeah. We could see that. Oh.
That's my picture with my session with the Rachel.
Rachel.
Oh, wow.
That's your camera. Okay.
So, actually, kahit hindi clear, the color itself,
Oh, ang grabe,
nakikita
no?
ko na.
Andito siya sa likod.
Wow.
So, anyway, well, I brought up Rachel. We also had her as a model at some point, right? 5-star. Yeah.
Meron.
Okay.
Yung mga 5-star kasi, during our time, whenever we know someone, we can collaborate. We always invite that person, especially si Lauren. Lauren is kind of like, okay, I've heard na may model na ganito, or so and so, So we invite the model, And this,
tinawa na ka, yung so nila, parang iba yung sinabi sa iyo. Tawa sila eh.
Yeah, and these people, for them, money is not an issue. Pera is not an issue for them. So kahit gaano kamahal, kukunin nila yan. So for me, parang naging pampered rin ako kasi I get to work with these people, na hindi ako nagbabayad, kasi they are expensive designers, they're expensive makeup artists, they're expensive models, but these people are willing to pay, kasi they want the best for the group.
The best, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they want the best for the group. They don't scrimp, these people, So
that's another thing that you have to remember. Money shouldn't be an issue whenever you're in a group para hindi maging parang yun yung maganda.
And like they mentioned naman, they share the costs equally naman kasi.
Sabi nila,
that's what makes the difference. They don't put pressure on a certain person na, uy, sige na, ikaw na lang yung bahal. No, they share it equally amongst the group. Para nga, it creates yun nga, a lesser tension na yun eh. Let's face it.
Hindi uso sa kanila cartel.
Yeah.
yun. And if you have Lauren, Tucci, and Sally in the group, wala siyang hidden agenda. You know exactly that if you're going, that if you're going to join a group or join a trip or join a gathering, more or less ito yung babayaran mo. So you know exactly. So it's all clear. It's on the table, transparent. So I think that's the reason why somehow Lauren has to screen the people. Because apart from the artist side of the group, there's also a people side. There's also a lot of other things to consider. Because we have to know that person can afford, that person can, if there's an emergency, need to do something, is this person willing to help us out,
Yes, yan. And then actually, this is one question that I have been wanting to ask the 5-star group. So earlier, you've already mentioned that you guys have already done numerous workshops with, kumbaga parang dinidictate ng 5-star group what the concept would be on the workshop itself. Now, the question is there sort of like a
pang Miss
dream?
Universe na naman talong mo.
Hindi naman. So is there gonna be now a dream concept for the 5-star group that hasn't been executed yet?
Kasi kung hindi naman imposible sa kanila kumuha
or
ng model.
There's a project na it was planned or talked about pero never executed, which is because of siguro time or meron pa ba kayong project na hindi pa niya na-execute and wanted to do it?
Yeah.
Ako, personally, kasi I think these people are living different lives right now. Like Lauren is busy with her painting. Tucci is busy with her, what's that? Digital art. Okay.
Yeah.
And Sally is busy with whatever. I don't know.
Shinji. Busy with Shinji.
Yeah. So I think. Actually, I think Parc brought up a good point. I think we need to have a reunion trip after this COVID. Not a workshop. I think it should be a trip among friends. Kasi wow, that would be.
Kasi you've been talking
crazy,
about Myanmar. You've been talking about a vegan Ilocos, and it was also everything is epic. Okay, the word is always nasasabi niyo nga epic. I think you guys have to meet, do a reunion and do one great shoot after this.
Yes,
or pag nagkaroon ng
Definitely.
Now,
Lauren,
ito na, sige. Yeah,
you have to plan.
You have
Okay.
to plan.
Ito impromptu to for you. If you're gonna conceptualize or magbe-brainstorm kayong apat ngayon and create one concept, what concept would you think of right now and do a shoot to? Ano magiging outcome or magiging itsura ng concept na yun? Kung ipipitch in nyo yung creative juice nyo, just the four of you right now.
Should I say something first? Okay.
Yeah.
Ako
Mary,
personally,
initiate one kasi sila na magpipitch dadagdag sa konsepto mo eh.
Ako personally, I want it to be very memorable and very relevant for us, for the group. So I think ito lang masasabi ko because this is usually our kind of brainstorming. I bring up the idea, tapos the group will come up with details and
Okay.
I would like to redo the Ilocos, but bringing in all the wealth of experiences that we have right now. You know, so kumbaga, we can do Ilocos again, go to the same places.
Ako, I don't like that mamaw na hotel, ha?
may takot sa multo. May takot rin sa multo.
Ay, hindi. Talagang meron yun.
There was.
Wag ka mag-alala. Talaga, magkakasundo tayo pag sa multo. Wala tayong ikakatapag dyan. Oo. And you're lucky you're not with the group that could see. Okay? I'm with
we are.
Meron rin kayo.
Yes. Two.
I have two here.
Karu and Danny, right? Karu and Danny.
Shit.
Si John pa.
Pero I guess they don't do that na kunyari nando kayo sa isang pad or malaking room that they would tell you sa gabi may nakikita kami diyan. They would just tell you hindi, masama nyo. How would you sleep, di ba? Before the workshop, someone would tell you na may multo dyan. Paano ka matutulog?
No, but
ikaw naman kasi nag-i-initiate magtanong, hindi naman kami nagsasabi.
Kasi you guys are acting weird. You were parang bumubulong and may tinuturo kayo na ayaw nyo parinig. Then, syempre, I would be curious, ano ba yung pinag-usapan nyo? That's in Taiwan. Meron kaming inistayan na pambira. Kaya yun rin, choose your place na walang mumu.
Anyway, picking up from what Sir Manny said, so he said he wants to do a redo of the Ilocos. Okay,
now,
but
ipipitchin sila kayo ng
bringing in yung the wealth of experience that they have right now. So let's go with Tita Tuchi. Tita Tuchi. So if
what would you pitch in there? What would you add?
Wala siya sa Ilocos eh. Okay, pero yes, Tuchi.
Let me think, Give me
your own concept na to eh. So you don't have to be there previously. So at least your own concept kung paano idadagdag just to be part of the creative doon.
I'd want a storyline to the show.
A storyline to be shown.
So magiging parang siya, magiging editorial na siya.
Yes.
So something
I like that
type.
See?
I like that.
Okay. Next, let's have Tita Lauren. What would you add on that redo?
Maybe a drive along the coastline of Ilocos. Tapos mahaba yung coastline niya eh.
Yes.
So,
okay.
There will be areas that will be more not really popular.
Okay. So we have Tita Tuchi saying there's a storyline. We have Tita Lauren saying driving along the coastline, the whole coastline of Ilocos. Tita Sally, how about you?
Ako, gusto ko parang Milky Way shot pa with models. Ganyan.
Pwede.
Shot on the model.
Wala pang...
malay mo, may kasamang mumu pa.
Okay na sana eh.
Hindi, pero naman, ang galing ng nila, ng creative inputs, di ba? So this is yung testament na sinasabi ni So ito yung sinasabi ni Sir Manny na whenever they conceptualize a shoot and you start pitching in these ideas, tayo nagtatawanan tayo but I would bet na kaya nilang i-execute lahat yan.
Dude, lahat ng pinichin hindi mabababaw
Oh.
Hindi mabababaw. It's not mababaw na concept.
See?
Every
you have an edit. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, kasi I like this kind of this process of brainstorming kasi hindi lang galing sa akin eh. A lot of it is galing sa kanila eh. And when it's galing sa kanila, they feel the ownership to the trip. They also feel the empowerment, they are empowered. And whatever comes out of the trip, yung result, output wise or otherwise, they feel na it's because of them, not because of one person. It has to be a work of the group. Yeah, collaborative. And I think sa grupo namin, sa grupo ng 5-star, I think we had been doing this actually, except that nobody told us na, this is yung dynamics ng grupo ninyo. In other words, everything is so spontaneous kasi, we're spontaneous people eh.
Yes.
But with the storyline ni TUCHI ngayon, I think we have to take it a higher level. Dapat may storyline na siya.
Wala, talagang editorial.
Kasi it's not all about...
Maganda kakalabasan nga pag ginawa
you know why? You know why? Because yan ang ginagawa niya ngayon eh. May kwa na siya eh. May somehow merong storyline yung work niya eh. So, she can teach us a lot when it comes to that.
Okay.
Mas matrabaho sa'yo, Miss Tucci. Nasa'yo rin yung storyboard na gagawin.
Marami naman tayong mga stories eh.
Oh, you see. Ready. Okay.
Anyway, and I bet yung storyline ni TUCHI na yan will be a collaborative effort too. I don't think it's just gonna come from here. Kasi once she brings up something, a lot of people will pitch in. And
I would love to see that soon. So hopefully, sana we're back to normal, and I want to see those creative things. Actually, I was curious. I'm curious about the Ilocos thing, kung ano yung mga na-shoot nyo doon. Kaya, may gallery ba kayo doon?
Yes, we have.
They do, kasi the Ilocos shoot, it became the template for all the shoots that followed after.
Okay.
Like
That was
the
template ba, or it's like also a benchmark for other future
No,
projects?
I'm gonna say template. It's
Template,
like,
okay.
If you see the shots now, you'll say, but they were the first. Those were the first shots that came out of Ilocos. And then people copied afterwards. Right?
I see.
I can say that, but I wasn't in the trip. People did copy
when it comes to model plus location, not model plus location. Kasi photography is so huge eh. Meron tayong landscape, meron tayong lifestyle, Only with models at
and the location.
Yeah.
So parang
and Lauren, a lot of it actually was spontaneous eh. May plans tayo, pero yung visit natin kay Gov Singson, that was not planned. Yung shoot natin doon sa zoo niya, that was not planned.
Doon sa shoot natin sa bedroom niya, that was not planned.
Yung shoot natin sa bedroom niya, that was not planned.
Si Sally talaga yung maglalaglag ng grupo. sa kanya mag-spill out yung mga detail na hindi. Hoy! We're live! Sally, we're live.
Kasi si Gov Singson, alam mo at that time, napatangan na lang siya, wala na siya nagawa sa amin, lahat pinag-shoot na namin yung bahay niya. Umuon na lang siya.
It's just being nice na lang, no? Hindi niya na makuha maging no? So, there's one, may bumabati kay Sir Manny. So, that's from LA, Edwin Loyola.
Hello,
said, good
Hello,
morning.
sir!
Good morning.
Hello, sir! Another famous artist.
Yeah,
yes.
And just got back from Hawaii.
Wow.
Birthday vacation niya.
Yes.
Birthday vacation. So, Edwin, uwi ka na ulit dito. We have to have lunch again. Yun. So, mukhang na tayo. One more question. So, Rhea, you have one? Pagpapahingahin ko na sila.
Yes.
Wala na. Sobrang satisfied ako.
Romel, ang rami mong tanong, Romel. So, meron ka pa ba gusto idagdag?
Hindi, nakakatuwa lang kasi ako na-experience ko si Ma'am Sally sa workshop na nakasama.
Experience mo si Ma'am Sally sa workshop.
Rephrase that, dude.
Ayusin mo naman. Nandito si Tita Lauren tsaka si Tita Tuchi.
Nung nagpo-photography ako noon, nagsisimula ako, naging classmate ko si Ma'am Sally. So, syempre, napakahirap mag-isip ng concept. Tapos, syempre, baguhan ako.
Kasama ka sa batch niya. Sabi ko, swerte pag gano'n.
Kaklase ko si Ma'am Sally. So, yun, habang nag-aayos siya, ako nandun sa likod, shoot ako ng shoot. Ganyan.
And you never said thank you, right? So, I guess this is your opportunity to say thank you.
Hindi, tsaka wala akong kakilala nun.
So, hindi ka pa rin magte-thank you.
Hindi, magpapasalamat ako. Marami akong
Sino model natin doon, Romel? Sino model natin doon? Magkaklase tayo.
Si Joanna sa may Quezon City.
Yung lumang bahay. That's the whole house.
Yung kasama niyo po si Ma'am Annabel.
Yun yung first time nandun si Annabel yata rin.
Yes.
Big time pala yung mga classmate mo, Papi Romel.
Big time pala si Romel eh.
Si Romel.
Hindi, ako wala nga akong kakilala.
Remember, si Romel, alta yan. Alta.
Ma'am Annabel, Ma'am Sally.
Anyway, so... Franco, ayun. Marami nakaalala kay Ma'am Sally.
Oo, naging
remember Ma'am Sally is
naging classmate din ni Franco.
Bang during the shoot kay Diana Beneses. Bang. What's the bang?
Yes. Oo nga, madaya yung mga yan eh. Ako na lang
Manny, every time Sally joins my workshop, he ends up teaching the students supposing. I'm not
the same thing.
The same thing pala. Okay.
It makes my life easier pagdating sa workshop. So, ang laki tulog yan. Yun. So, guys, before I let you go, I would probably ask you guys to give some advices to people, friends, or groups right now who's planning to make a group or joining a group or probably have a group. Ano ba pwede niyong bigay na tip? Just kasi again, the purpose of the show or this interview is to show people na different personality, different ganitong styles could actually pwedeng magsama-sama
yes,
and work.
could actually work.
And without any issues or drama.
Yeah.
So, sino gusto mo maunan, Maki?
Let's go for Tita Lauren first. Yeah.
The leader of the pack. Okay.
Yes.
Sige, so zoom in kita, madam.
Because we are all different.
Sorry.
I think it's because you're different. You don't feel like you're competing against one another. It's also a good learning experience for everyone kasi you learn from the other people in the group since hindi nga kayo pare-pareho.
Yes.
But that's just part of it. Meron din naman kaming similarities that which makes us, able to mingle, freely. Kasi it's the styles in photography maybe that's different, but in our other hobbies, pero eventually I think somehow meron din naman similarities because otherwise you won't be able to sit like for example 3-4 hours enjoying a dinner together, mga ganon.
Yeah, okay.
Hirap
so
yun.
there's common ground amongst the different personalities.
Yeah, meron din.
Okay. And this is what will make other groups work. It may not work for the others, but this is how the 5-star group maintains its status na kayo na you're bonded, really bonded with each other.
It's family. Again, why they parang naging ang family. Talagang it's just not just friends. They're family already, brother. So yun nga. Mas Lauren, may dagdag lang ako. One more question. when you created 5-star, what was the main goal? What was the
Vision or vision na lang.
yeah, vision, yeah.
Because we wanted a group who we can shoot along with. So parang kasi atat na atat sa mga shoots at that time, di ba? So
you
you
just
learn
wanted
together.
to shoot in short.
You like the teacher. We like the same. We have the same like mentors
Wavelength.
that we like. Like kunwari, si Manny, for example. So pare-pareho, and then so we just invite as a group. So we learn together then.
Ayan, okay.
All right. Who's
Next,
Matt?
let's have Tita Sally.
For me, ano ba yung question mo?
No, it's more like what is your what can you say for the other
Probably
groups?
an advice or any inspirational thing you could say say to people who plans to join a group or probably has a group or create a group. Ano bang pwede niya? So at least just to make them aware, ano bang dapat nilang
For me, no, yung group namin, we created this group because we have the same interest. So, which is the photography. So, when it comes to ourselves naman, yung ugali namin, yun lang, you should not be sensitive. Dapat open ka. So, hindi lagi ikaw ang bida. So, you have to listen to your group. So, para yung grupo nyo tumagal. Kasi kung magiging sensitive ka or competitive ka or ano ka, wala mangyayari sa'yo. Kasi hindi lang, kumbaga, if you think that way to the other people will be thinking that way to you too. So, better na lang na open lang, saya lang, enjoy lang. What you do, both for all of you, pare-pareho kayo. Gusto niyo lang mag-shoot, gusto niyo mag-enjoy.
Pantay-pantay lang.
So, gawin niyo yun. Yun lang ang ano ninyo, yun lang ang pinakamotibo ninyo. So, gawin ninyo. So, para ang friendship niyo pare-pareho din.
Okay.
Hindi kayo magkukwentahan. Yun lang.
Yun! Ay, galing kay Tita Sally. Bawal ang kwentahan.
Bawal.
Sino ba nagkakwenta? Sino ba
wag nating babanggitin ang pangalan.
Pamukaan sa group natin. Anyway,
right.
pero
So
seriously
that's
guys, I love my group. It's not as classy as Manny's group, but I could live it.
Ayaw mo pa rin talaga.
Alright.
Now let's have Tita Tuchi. Your words.
And he said most of what my thoughts are. Join the group that has structure if that works for you. Join the group without structure, without any rules if that works for you. But find good people to work with.
Good people.
Yan. Good people to work with.
Tsaka sinabi nyo, walang kwentahan. Hindi talaga dapat magkwentahan pag magkakaibigan. Kasi understood na everything should be fair. Di ba? Walang lamangan, walang ano. So, that shouldn't even be part of it. That shouldn't be part of the equation at all.
Yan. Alright.
Ang ganda. Ang laki ng ngiti ni Romel sa nag-gamarts ha.
Natumbok mo, ma'am.
Nauobis kayo ha. Mayroon kayong...
Saktong-sakto.
Gusto mo ilagay kita sa focus ngayon?
Sa spotlight.
Spotlight. Paaminin kita. Huwag ka ganyan.
Kay Gamars mo yung tanong kay Gamars.
Si Romel ba? Kwenta ng kwenta ba yan? Kwenta ng kwenta?
Ay, hindi po.
Kwenta ng kwenta.
Hindi. Wala nga kinikwenta yan eh. Lugi. Anyways, of course.
And finally,
pero before, I was thinking kanina to I was going to say, grabe Manny, we've been, how many shows? 3 shows. And we've been, parang pinasok na namin buhay mo. No? The first interview, we knew how you think as an artist. The second is more how you think as a teacher, an instructor. Ngayon now, pati mga biga mo, pinapasok na namin.
Pinakailaman na natin
I think pamilya mo na yung next namin. Pero hindi,
Si Karu.
Karo, I would love to interview, but alam mo, ako na sasabi ko live, nervous pa lang, just faking kasi, I don't know what to ask her.
I don't think you have to ask her anything. She will just diba?
She will tell you.
I really don't know Karo. I haven't heard Karo. I never met Karo. I only see the still photo of Karo and that's it. Pero kaya I have to build that profile na ano siya talaga. So I would probably, if I'm gonna interview her, it would be pure curiosity about the model and the artist. And I think mukhang personality niyo rin ang makikita ko rin sa kanya kasi nga nag-jive siya sa inyo eh. So makikita ko yung kahit paano niya. So it's gonna be one of my project. Papalakasin ko muna loob ko kung paano ko gagawin. Pero I'm definitely gonna love and I would definitely ask Manny and Tuchi's help to talk to her. Wala akong lakas loob Anyway, so Manny again, maraming salamat kaibigan. I'll call you my friend. Masyado na kita nakikilala. Sobra, pati mga kaibigan mo pinasok na namin. So, Manny, your thoughts or anything you want to say to people who wants to join a group?
I think a photography group is very, very important. When I say a photography group, it means your circle of friends in photography. Kasi photography by nature is collaborative. It's not just a collaboration between you and the model, between you and the makeup artist. If you're doing portraits, but it's also a collaboration of the people that you're shooting with. Kasi ako personally, I feel that I become more creative. I become more competitive, quote unquote, when I am shooting along with friends. I like the dynamics of like shooting and then showing to someone next to me, like showing to Lauren or showing to Tuchi what I have taken, and eventually, I like the idea of actually sharing knowledge in the process of the actual shoot, and I also like the idea of learning from what they see from their own eyes, So I think, yes, you can do photography if you're alone. Yes, you can do that, but I think photography will be more fun if you're sharing it with friends, like-minded friends. And sa mga structured na photography groups, like camera clubs and so on and so forth, that's a nice way to start, Actually, it's not starting, it's the most ultimate eh. Kasi if you come to think of it, yung mga groups na yan, may mga subgroups yan eh.
Yes.
So I think bottom line is, I have been saying this word a lot, yung pinaka-bottom line, because I talk a lot, so I have to have the bottom line, So yung pinaka-bottom line dyan is, I think whatever works for you, I can say this, na importante yung photography group. I have plenty of photography groups. It's not just the 5-star group, Pero I would dare say here na my first family in photography is the 5-star group, I have plenty of photography groups in other countries, Even here in Thailand, I have a group, Pero nobody could equal the 5 stars for me, because I think we did not just share photography, but we shared life in general. And they know me. They know my life. They know my secrets. They know things that are going on in my mind even before I say it. And I learned so much from them, not just in photography, but in life in general.
Oh, you see?
That's
that concludes the 5-star group, di ba? So now,
anyway, there's one comment here, guys. I think you have to read this. Rhea, kindly read this out. This is for them.
Audio, Rhea. Check your audio.
Hello.
Ayan, okay.
Ganda nga. From Roberto Armea. Wow, ang saya naman panoorin kayo. Napakahirap ng photography pero kayo nag-e-enjoy. Naka-inspire na ma-meet ang gaya niyong professionals.
Can I respond to that?
Yes, guys.
Yes, Sir Manny.
unang-una, hindi mahirap ang photography. It's supposed to be fun, you know.
Okay.
Pangalawa, these 3 5 stars now are not professionals. Not professional photographers.
Okay.
Yeah, they are hobbyists.
Hobbyists.
Yeah. So I think Roberto, what I can tell you is that I think you have to look at photography as something fun, and sa'yo rin nanggaling na it has, I could read between the lines na nagiging fun yung photography namin because of a group like we have. So wala kaming monopoly sa ganung klaseng group. I think you can come up with your own group, even just your friends na. It starts from there. Yung mga ka-shoot mo araw-araw, you know, they can be your group to start that kind of bond among friends, like-minded friends.
Yun. Oh, di ba? Congratulations, 5-star group.
Galing. Slow clap, guys. Very good. Nicely.
I think Parc yung pinaka last word should come from the mother hen. I call her the mother hen.
Yeah.
Ano natin? Yes. Pagsalita na.
The mother hen. Okay, so
Tita Lauren.
Tita Lauren. The creator. The
OG.
Ano naman OG? So
siguro I can ask her what's the future for 5 stars.
Yeah. What's next? So what's next for 5-star?
Tinawanan ka lang. Parang lalagay sa spot si Lauren bigla. All right. At least we're not the one who asked. Okay.
Malaking interruption nga yung COVID, di ba?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, since last year. So the last time I met these people in person was last year pa. February or March.
Toyo, yeah. At the
Yeah.
restaurant, yeah.
Oh, so let's travel.
Yeah.
Even locally. Spend a weekend together. Parang ganon.
Yeah. So that's the plan for the 5-star group in the future. And ano kaya? Makakakuha na kaya tayong invite? Joke lang. Ayaw. Takot ako.
Maki, we could get the invite but we cannot afford. We can't afford. Hindi ba tayo makakapag-chip in? Pwede ba buy one take one na kami?
That's why Ilocos lang yung dream, yung next concept kasi local. Kasi pag international.
Pero guys, other people would die for what you guys are doing, having fun. Yun nga, sabi nga ng isa, it's photography is hard. No, it's not. It depends on how you do it.
Yes.
So if you're within a group that's making it hard for you, then you're in the wrong group.
Yes.
Yun. Dulo yun. Kasi kung big group ka na pinapasaya niya, wala namang mahirap So that's gonna be fun and easy. Yeah.
Yes.
Kung nga, di ba, photography, nakakalimutan ko may asawa, anak ako.
I remember that interview with you.
Yun lang. Kaya fan ng photography.
Yes.
Parc,
Alright.
Yes, Manny.
Parc, can I say something?
Sure.
See, kami ni Tuchi, we've been saying well, first and foremost, thank you for making for doing this show. Kasi to tell you frankly, this is the first time that I've talked to the 5-star na yung core group, you know. And then secondly, Tuchi and I had been talking to each other through Messenger. And we only have one word to say. Parc, you're so good in what you're doing right now. You know, you're doing
it again. Nakikita mo yung group ko. Hindi yan hindi appreciation. Minamak nila ako.
Tuchi, let Tuchi say something. Something because she said a lot of things about you. How good you are in hosting and you know.
Yeah.
Tuchi.
Maki, slow clap, Maki.
And Parc,
yeah. Yes.
Parc, I have to tell you this. There's one person na mahirap i-impress, and that's Tuchi. Right, Sally? Right, Lauren? Ang hirap niya ni.
I'm not gonna.
Sabi
Thank
ko,
you.
grabe, he really reinvented himself during this pandemic.
Walang choice I don't get to shoot. I don't
Yeah,
get to go out.
you didn't sit around doing nothing. You did something. And now we
Yeah.
have boring Mondays to look forward to.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. I love you.
That's
Love you. Wala lang
Park,
masabi.
Park,
Yes.
that's coming from a person na pag nakita mo yung sa likod niya, mga national artist yan.
Yun nga.
Yung mga paintings na yan, puro yan national artist, you
Yun
know?
nga sabi nga ni Sally Baka
galing yan sa kanya, you know? So you know how difficult this lady is to impress,
Manny,
you know? So,
Manny, meron na ako dyan, ha? Huwag ka na kukuha akin na ito dyan.
Tinago ko na, Sally. Tinago ko na yun sa'yo.
Anyway, guys, before I let you go, I need to get a group shot of this. And
Yes.
this is gonna be one memorable.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So ready? One more.
You have to do that?
No, don't follow.
Wag, tita,
Kahit ano
wag.
po, kahit
Wala nang pakot.
All right, got it. Anyway, guys,
Alright.
maraming salamat in behalf
Yes.
of my
Thank
group.
you.
It was an
you very much
opportunity.
po,
It was
Parisa.
nice knowing you guys. Again, sabi ko nga, the way, di ba, yung write-up, it's a low-key group. Low-key, not na, kasi you were quiet. You just post. Hindi, you don't brag. You don't do that.
You let your works do the speaking
Exactly.
for
Yun
you.
nga,
Yeah.
yun eh. And one thing, having Manny in the group, it's not, hindi yun yung that made it 5-star eh. It's the camaraderie eh. Mas ngayon yung nakilala kayo dito eh. So sabi ko nga, it was nice to see na, tamang, hindi ako nagsisi na kayo yung talagang kick off. Kasi I would focus on other smaller group pa, so just to give them spotlight, naman to raise their moral or something like that, to give them praise na ang galing ito yung ano. Pero iba yung sa inyo eh. It's the relationship. It's basically the relationship. No question about the output kasi hindi
Yes,
I
the
shouldn't
artistry.
question that. You have money already with the output, iba na yung output nyo. You guys are na ibang level na. But the relationship is different. Hindi
Yes.
lahat ng group has that. It's the family. So I envy you. How I wish my group learns from this tonight. Makinig kayo. Yun. So
Ano
we
lang,
create.
basta walang pikon, walang mang-iisa. Yan, okay na yan.
Kasi my group is, kung kayo 5-star, my group is still at half-star. So we need 4 more 4.5 stars pa para level up tayo, brothers. So anyway, guys, Maki, you wanna say something before we let them go?
Yes. So first and foremost, thank you, Tita Lauren, Tita Tucci, Tita Sally, and Sir Manny for being here on the show. So this is actually gonna be my first time to actually meet. So Tita Lauren, Tita Tucci, Tita Sally, we've met before, and Sir Manny, I've met on the previous episode. So it was such an honor, even from the pre-production testing that we did. The reason why also Parc asked me to, assist you guys is so that I get to know
you guys.
Get to know, so get a feel of what it's like to talk to someone from who's not in my, of course, not in my circle, because I'm not a photographer.
Again, he's not a photographer. That's why there's a different approach sa mga questions. It's more curious rin siya.
So getting to know you now as a group.
Camera brand nga hindi niya alam eh pag may gano'ng kalala.
Yes. So getting to know you guys here now on the show, actually that changed my perspective into, because when the word 5-star group was mentioned, of course there was this notion that it's an
crying,
elite
brother, no crying.
No crying. Yeah, so it's an elite group, and yes, it is an elite group, but the big but there is that you're still human enough to admit that yun nga, so you have your grumpy side, your drama side, but still you make it stick, that the whole group does not suffer, but rather the whole group grows together and share your lives together and in many more years to come. So thank you very much. Congratulations.
And the crown goes to Maki Alejandro.
No, Romel, don't kid around because I'll be asking you too. But I'll save you for last. I'll save you for last. Rhea, one of ikaw yung mga ano namin. Okay?
Ayun. Ayun, first time ko silang ma-meet lahat. And sorry
No,
na
Lauren, you met Lauren,
yes,
Lauren before.
Si Tita Lauren, pala sa exhibit noon.
Oo, wag mo nang paalala yung ginawa ko.
Oh yeah. Di ba naubos yung nyo, yung finger food nyo? Kasi kasi ulitin ko yung finger food, kuhanan lang konti. Kaya guys, it's called finger food, hindi ulam, Romel. Hindi ulam.
Akala ko kasi merienda na yun eh.
Doon lang nakakita ng figure yun, ginawa niya talagang buffet. So that's the first time I saw it. Alright. Sige, Rhea.
Ayun. Sana after this pandemic, maka-attend man lang ng workshop ni Sir Manny. Char. Tita Lauren. Hindi yun. Siguro, nakaka-inspire din talaga, like what Roberto earlier said sa comment niya. Kasi you were able to give a photography group a different perspective. You were able to highlight the friendship part, the family part, the heart ng group.
Hindi lang napansin, tiniming talaga namin after the launch ng reunion ng Friends, the show. Galing, di ba?
Sobrang galing.
Yan.
So,
ayos.
Thank you, di ba?
Gomarts, how about you? Last na natin sa'yo, no? Yung pinaka-boss.
Bossing.
Dapat English din kay Papi Romel. So, 5 stars, madami pong salamat sa mga insights tsaka mga inspirations na shinare nyo sa amin, lalo na yung fun part ng photography. Kasi not all the time is nag-enjoy na lahat eh. Mostly like
competitive
dito.
Nagiging competitive.
Nagiging na siya eh. Parang hilahan na. Hindi na siya ganun ka. Unlike sa inyong sa group nyo na which is very inspiring. Tsaka sana mapapasana all na lang tayo eh.
I think the right word there na hindi natin na-mention, hindi nila kasi kinakarir.
Yes.
Hindi nila kinakarir. So,
dapat enjoy lang. Fun lang talaga.
Enjoy lang.
Oo.
And syempre,
yun lang.
Romel, the boss of TWG.
Nako, hindi po totoo yun. Hindi po totoo. So, unang-una, nagpapasalamat po ako kay Ma'am Sally kasi naging classmate ko siya noon. So, marami akong yun. Tapos, pangalawa, humingi po ako ng sorry kay Miss Lauren kasi po napadami yung finger food ko noon. Akala ko po kasi merienda yun. Nakala ko po merienda. Chip lang po pala yun. Hindi po joke lang. Just joking around po.
Dude, we're live Ilabi mo talaga na ginawa mo ulam yung finger food.
Joke lang yun.
Hindi mo na mababawi.
Hindi, pero yun, yun nga, na-experience yun kasi si Ma'am Sally na naging classmate
again,
sa work.
rephrase that. It doesn't sound right. Na-experience ko si Sally.
Dire-diretso nga, yun dire-diretso.
Okay.
Yun nga, naging classmate yun. So,
malaki katawan ng asawa niya. Macho yan. Kau rin.
Kailangan dire-diretso. So, yun, nakakatuwa. Si Ma'am Sally pa lang yun. What if kung kumpleto pa sila na naging classmate ko? Lalo na siguro yun, di ba?
Ang gulo-gulo.
Siguro
hindi ka nila papansinin, brother.
Oo.
Ay, okay lang kasi wala ka namang gagawin.
Tita Tuchi, gagamitin ko lang, in joke lang to, kunwari, pag nakita ka ni Tita Tuchi Romel na pumasok doon sa workshop nila, ew, who's that? I cannot feel that!
Ikaw yung dinidiscuss, ikaw, hindi, okay lang yun. At saka sigurado si Romel, siya yung pinag-uusapan na yung linta, no, yung linta.
Joke lang.
Anyway, guys.
Go ahead, Romel. Go ahead.
Hindi, yun nga. So sabi ko, si Ma'am Sally pala naging classmate ko. Paano pa kaya kung kompleto sila? Di mas lalo na.
How I wish kompleto yung 5-star. Nabawasan na naman. Pero yun nga, Noy, right?
Yes, Noy is busy.
Noy and Angela, sayang. Pero don't worry. Baka malay nyo, maggawa kami ng part 2 ng kayo naman ang lagay namin sa hot seat. Tapos,
diba?
Sila naman ang manonood sa inyo. Anyway, guys, again, thank you very much. And I really appreciate you guys. Sobra.
Salamat.
Manny, maraming salamat na marami na
thank
akong utang sa'yo.
Thank you, Manny.
Thank you, Sir Manny.
Mabawi ako sa'yo. Mabawi ako talaga sa'yo. So guys, it's good night for you guys and maraming salamat. And this is Boring Mondays session 35.
35 na.
Yeah, 35.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, just close.
Keep safe po. Keep safe.
Thank you, Tita.
Keep safe. Thank you.
Okay, just close your browser please. Kami na magko-close ng group. So, alright.
Okay.
Sige, good night. Manny, good night. Lauren.
Yes.
Bye po.
Bye, Tita.
Good night po.
Bye.
Oh, shit, that was great. That
Yes.
was
Alam mo, mag-close ng
one.
browser si Papi Romel.
Nice.
Anyway,
Nice.
shoutout muna at ano.
Yes.
So guys, that was
Layo.
one heck of a show. We did good. Had fun. I had fun, and I'm inspired, and I'm proud of having friends like you. Sige, yan na. Sasabihin ko na for my team.
Bumawi!
Kahit na with all their shortcomings.
May mga lumilipad na.
I love you guys. Ano yan? If Manny has 5-star, I have the half-star group. So yun. So ayan, si Romel, deadman na naman. Sabi ko nga, shout out. So,
Oo nga.
ano
So
muna
ako na magbabanggit. Okay, so may mga humabol. So we have Sir Ramon Ren Calderon. Good evening and welcome to the show. Kuya Edwin, drive safely. And we will see you when we see you. And to everyone who tuned into the show, I hope that you finally got an idea of how it is to join a group, and if you
or
ever
having
decide
friends along
Yes.
with in this hobby of ours, how important, hindi dapat inggitan, hindi dapat gulangan, hindi pataasan.
Yes.
Wala, basta si Romel lang ang mali. Yun lang lagi.
So, and there you have it. So, coming straight from the 5-star group, one of their core value is, keeping the friendship and enjoying each other's company.
Romel,
Diba?
next project, Miss Caru.
Kaya na yung making kausapin
We'll
yan.
not gonna bring you here in Boring Mondays, but we'll go to Parc here live.
Yes.
So we'll do a profile. So getting to
Yes.
know the artist, the model, and the face.
And the perspective, diba? The actual perspective of someone who's been...
It was pictioned by my friend Manny Librodo.
Yeah.
And I think that would be, yun nga, hindi ka naman niya ipapasa sa amin kung if he doesn't trust us for that question.
Yes.
I think
Thank
marami
you.
tayo.
And there you have it. So we can wrap it up. Session 35.
Yeah. Na-try na ako. So I'm Parc Cruiser host with my co-host Romel, Marcelo, Maki, Alejandro, Rhea Ann de los Trinos, and Martin from Taiwan, saying good night,
Good night, everyone.
Video out, boys.